Hey, what's good? What's happening? What's popping? Welcome to episode 57. I heard y'all like the echoes, so I added it in again. Of the Bacchanal podcast with your host K to the C and
it's your boy Keel holding it down for North Carolina, not Toronto. I'm about to say T-Dot. I don't know why.
I know you're here now in August. It's all good. People love this city, so it's all good. I get it. And we got us a special guest in the building. Who we got at Keel? What we got going on?
I'm gonna let her introduce herself because I respect women.
Oh, thank you. It's your girl Zairah. What's up, guys?
What's good? What's happening?
All right, before we jump into the Zairah interview, we're gonna talk about what we've been up to this week. And ladies first, what you been up to this week, Zairah?
Oh man, it's been a busy week. It's been crazy. I've been doing some interviews. I met some awesome people from like all over the world this weekend. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, that's been my weekend.
Alright. Casey.
I was gonna read some comics, but fuck all that shit. That UFC though. Yesterday I watched UFC with Conor McGregor and Khabib fight. Woo! Did you guys check that out at all?
I saw the highlights. I was too cheap to drop that $53.
Hey.
I know, me too.
Wait, I was like, that's groceries right there.
Yeah, it is groceries. Yeah, but this place, money. You know, there's bars that play. You just buy a beer, you can watch the fight. There's friends that come together and buy it, and there's others who, you know, ski mask and get it the way they get it. So, but I saw it, and it was great. The whole fight card was great. That fight with Conor was a long coming fight, and it finally happened. But the aftermath of that is where the real Bacchanal was, you know, with the whole fights. I know you guys must have saw that on Instagram. It was everywhere.
Why was Drake there with an Irish flag?
Oh, man. Being in the city, man, everybody was calling him the Drake curse. They were like, Conor's going to lose because of the Drake curse. Because Drake automatically jumped on the bandwagon and was holding up the flag. We're like, oh, no, Drake's there. He's going to lose.
Why is Drake always trying to ride somebody else's wave, man? I call him Wave Rider.
Yeah. I don't know, man. He's a fan of things just like we are, you know, so...
But damn, man, it's just like...
But he's just like, lucky enough to be able to actually meet the people he's a fan of.
Whatever's popping, he just jumps on it like
I don't know if it's that, if it's just...
Yes, it's just like anything.
Look,
like, even if it's a dope
my
song.
city, this is 6 I gotta represent. I gotta
represent your
people.
city, but damn, man, goddamn.
Yeah, I can't lie. When I saw him holding the thing up and giving a daps and be like, "You good, bro? You good, fam?" I was like, "Oh no, the curse!"
He's Irish now.
Like when he did that with LeBron James, everyone was like, "Cavs are gonna lose." Oh shit, Cavs are losing, and you saw what happened with that.
So Drake is like, "Yo, I fuck with the Bacchanal podcast."
I'm gonna be like, no.
Stop the press.
No. Yeah.
Oh man, the Drake curse, the Drizzy curse.
Yeah, shit. But it was a good fight. The highlights after was crazy. That was like Royal Rumble. That's never happened before.
What happened? He jumped the fence and like jumped him after the fight after he won?
Yeah, so Khabib's fight camp and Conor McGregor's fight camp don't get along. So they've been on internet like calling each other out, talking shit to each other. And like a year ago, Khabib's crew ran into one of Conor's peoples in a hotel. And they held him up and they were beating him up and slapping him around and being like, "Stop hiding, why you guys talking shit? Now you're not talking shit." Right there. Yeah, and they had him in the hotel. So then Conor, like Khabib and all them were doing their promo for a fight. And Conor just pulled up to the fight in New York. And he walked right in because they're like, "Oh, Conor's here, cool." But him and his whole friends are like, "Where the fuck is Khabib?" So they chased down Khabib. Khabib was in the bus. And then they're like, "Come out of the bus." So he threw the chair or whatever at the bus.
The bus incident from
yeah, so like, "Yo, you beat up my boy. Like, get out here." And he didn't come out. So he threw the thing to get him out. And then that escalated it even more. So they're like, they charged Conor with 6 fights he has to do. So now he's done 1 fight out of the 6. So he has 5 more fights that he's still signed up legally with the UFC to do, win or lose. And he $65,000 fine, which is soft for a guy who's $100 millionaire. You would think you'd get charged for more and actually get charges for hurting so much people on the bus. So the guy outside of the octagon was one of Conor's.
Sounds like some white privilege to me, boss.
It does. It really does. But the guy outside of the thing was one of the guys who has beef with Khabib for real in real life, and that's Conor's. So Khabib took his mouthpiece and threw it at the guy at first because the guy was talking shit outside of the ring, and then Khabib hopped the fence, was like, "Yo, I'm coming for you now," and went to fight him.
I heard Drake was like mortified, like he saw him jump in front of him. He's like, "Oh!" Like he clutched his pearls.
Great. But then one of Khabib's friends tried to hop the fence to stop Khabib from jumping over to fight with the security. And that's when Conor punched. He did a quick punch on the fence, and he punched Khabib's friend. And then another one of Khabib's friends hopped over the ring and started beating up Conor. That's what everybody saw, like, at first. And then they were all fighting. Security jumped in. Everybody was fighting. Down in the bottom of fights. There's fights in the ring. It was Royal Rumble. WWF.
I'm telling you, man, Drake looked like he was clutching his pearls.
Yeah, the memes were hilarious. Did you see any of this, Zairah? I don't want to say it wrong.
Yeah. I was seeing the security memes on Twitter. I thought they were funny, but I was like, I don't know what it's about, so I gotta check it out now.
Okay, that was crazy. I've been watching UFC for a long time, and I've never seen anything so unprofessional.
Now, Zairah, aren't you on the West Coast? Aren't you like in the city right now, experiencing all this madness?
Yeah, it's funny because I actually didn't go out yesterday. I was so tired.
Working probably.
Yeah, I heard all about it though. Like,
yeah,
everyone in town is talking about it for sure. Out here in LA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vegas is 4 hours away from you, so it's not too far.
Yeah, it's like right there. I actually, I used to live in Arizona, and I thought it was closer than Las Vegas, but Vegas is actually a lot closer. It's like 3.5 hours.
So Akil, how was your week? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything, man. I was real boring. I did some nerdy scientist shit. I wrote a thesis.
Yeah.
I played some Mega Man 11.
How was Mega Man 11?
It's that old. It's nostalgia.
Good.
You can't get mad because the price point's $29.99. So, I got to dip into my childhood playing it.
That's my kind of price.
yeah. I'm a cheap bastard. So for $29, I was like, that's good. If it was $39, I had to walk away. But $29, that's a sweet spot. But there's a point in the game where it's like, was it like Bounce Man and you're just fighting on balloons? I hate that entire level. I'm stuck there right now, just bouncing on balloons every damn minute.
It has like a slow-mo option now where it makes it easier for like a new gamer of Mega Man to jump in and feel comfortable playing the game.
I'm playing on casual mode.
Yeah, but it has like slow-mo mode. You can hit a button
like,
to slow it down.
Yeah, you could do that, but casual mode, like, hold your hand, like, unlimited lives. If you fall, a bird will pick you up and, like, lift you. Get back on the platform. I'm playing on some old man shit.
Yeah, you might as well. You're just trying to get through the game and enjoy yourself.
I was like, I don't care. I'm 29. I'm embracing getting older.
Yeah, Mega Man was a hard game back in the day.
I'm playing on senior citizen mode right now. So it's really holding my hands. Like, you shoot somebody one time, they die immediately. If you fall, it'll pick you up.
Hey,
I was like, well, thank
you. Good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Casual, it's like super casual. I was like, hell yeah.
Man, I wish they had that on Super Smash Bros. That would have been awesome.
like I honestly, I can't like not recommend this game. It's for everybody. If you want a hardcore game, play on hard mode. But if you're an old ass man like me, you don't have the reflexes like you used to when you're 18.
You need assistance.
I need assistance when I fall. Super casual mode.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, Casey. Like when the bird picks you up, you could like manually move it to fly, but after a while, that bird starts sweating.
Oh, so you could move a little bit ahead.
Yeah. So I'll have the bird like move me all the way across the map to the next platform. Like I'm gonna make this bitch work, and if it drops me, it'll pick me up again. So I'll be cheating on that game.
They put that in there on purpose for people.
They know they're doing for old ass people like me.
You gotta move your head, huh?
I don't have those quick reflexes I used to have. I'm old, man.
Metroid and Mega Man were some hard-ass games when I was little. Playing those are too hardcore, man. But that's a good idea to bring more people in, make it a little... Yeah, that's a smart idea.
Zairah, do you play games? Have you played games?
I did when I was younger. I don't a lot anymore, but I am waiting on Super Smash Bros. To come out.
You got Nintendo Switch?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
All right, we're going to become Switch friends after the show.
Yeah.
What games you got on your Switch?
Huh?
What games you got on your Nintendo?
I think I had the Zelda game, but I haven't played it in a while. And I have a few other games. I don't even know what they're called. I just like download random shit on there.
Yeah. The Switch is good, man. I bring it to the bar sometimes. I bring it out when I'm chilling with my boys. It's a good system. Barbershop, you go anywhere.
Hide in the bathroom from my son playing. Daddy, I'm hungry. Playing games, boy. Feed me. No. Switch is calling me. All right. On that note, I think we could transition.
Yeah, let's transition into the interview.
To this interview,
ask some questions.
We have the lovely Zairah here on our podcast. Tell us about yourself, Miss Zairah.
What's up, guys? So pretty much, I'm a pop artist here in LA, and I actually moved here from Alaska. So it's been a long journey. I actually started out rapping, and then I transitioned eventually to singing pop music. Mm-hmm. So I'm like super excited. I'm actually releasing my debut EP, which is the first project I'm doing where I'm not rapping, so it's a little bit different from my old stuff, but I'm really excited for it.
How did it feel transitioning from like rapping 16 like bars like that to a pop music style? How was the transition?
You know, it is. Like, I thought it would be easier to sing than to rap. But it's actually a lot harder. Like,
it's harder than it looks, eh?
Yeah, more goes into it. So it's been a little bit of a surprise, but I think it's really fun. Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that I will say that I'm gonna miss a lot about rap is like how intense it gets. Like when you're performing, I feel like you can get super hype with it and really get into it. And It's a little bit different with singing, where singing is more like there's more emotion behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard your song "Prosper." You were rapping. That song's dope. That's a hard track. I heard it on Spotify. I like the messages that you're saying in there, and that's one of my favorite tracks that I heard from you.
Thank you so much.
But you could still rap and do pop, and like all these artists nowadays, like the
Nicki Minaj.
They all do it. Everybody's doing both. It's not like it's a wall that blocks you out from doing it, or there's rules that you have to follow in this music genre. So.
Yeah, I feel like the lines are very blurred now too. Like Absolutely. It's very hard to tell like what's pop and rap nowadays. I feel like because it's being mixed so much that I think it's really cool that it gives you the ability to pretty much be able to do whatever you want. So I'm really excited to see like what's gonna happen with it.
Yeah.
Now I enjoyed your track "Been Good." That's one of your older rap tracks now. Because I like the ghostly sounds and the vibes to that. Do you have any tracks like that on your upcoming EP, Nectar?
I do actually. I have one. It's called "I Don't Give a Damn," and I would say that's the one hype track that I have on the EP. And it starts out really slow, and then the bass drops, and it's all of a sudden like just feeling myself type of vibe. And I think people will be able to relate to that a lot in terms of like, relationships and stuff like that. Pretty much the song is about how like you really care about somebody and like everything you do for that person when you're like, totally in love with them. And then like once you realize like who they really are, it's like, oh, fuck this. Like I'm just going to do me, So that's what that song's about. I'm really excited for that one.
So what's your musical background? Were you in like band or something in high school and like this is it for me? I'm a become an artist.
No, it's crazy. Like I was always too scared to do it. So I grew up in pretty much all over the US because my parents were military. But then
salute.
What was that?
Oh, I said salute. Like thank you for their service. That's dope.
But yeah, so I ended up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and that's where hell yeah, and that's where I spent a lot of my my high school years and my middle school years. And so like in the courtyard, like the guys used to go and rap in the courtyard, and I was always one of those women who like girls at that time that wanted to be like as good as the guys. And so like I would go and play football with them, and I wanted to rap really bad, so I started like writing rhymes when I was like 14. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to do that. I wanted to there was this guy named Daniel Martinez who was like known for being the best rapper when it came to like the ciphers and the courtyard battles, and I always wanted to battle him, and so I started writing like crazy to try and get in. And some guys like I don't even remember. I think it was on MySpace that I started like writing my
throwback.
And some guys were like, "Oh, she's dope. Like we should let her try it."
Yeah.
And I was up to go, and like as soon as I was up, the teachers caught us, and everybody ran, and And it was just like I never got my chance. And then afterwards, when I ended up in Alaska, I found a friend who like also wrote rhymes, and he was like, okay, spit it. And I did, and I sucked like so bad. And he was like, oh my God, that's not good. I mean, your writing is good, but you need to learn how to spit. And
you need to find your voice.
Yeah, and he did it, and he was really, really good at rapping. And
that must have been a culture shock, though, going from North Carolina to all the way to Alaska.
Oh, dude, it was, yeah.
It was hell, too.
It was different, for sure. But yeah, like, when I moved to Alaska, it was really weird, because, like, we chose the worst year to move, too, because the year that we moved there, it was, like, -60s. It was one of the coldest years. Yeah.
Sounded like a regular night in Toronto, though, but yeah, it's
really?
Oh, no, not all the time. No, we get summers and stuff, but you guys get like nights where it stays nighttime for a long time, right?
Yeah, that's most of the year.
That's trippy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who are your musical influences?
I love Kendrick Lamar. I would say that's my number one. We don't, rap anything alike, but that's somebody that like really motivated me and made me want to start doing it.
Because when I was listening to your new song, "Sex and Cigarettes," it had like a Amy Winehouse type of vibe to it.
Yeah, I love
with the raspy
Amy Winehouse.
vocals.
I love Amy Winehouse. I think because I do this thing where I go through phases of like listening to one artist for like a whole month. And when I did that song, I was listening to Amy Winehouse like a lot.
But aren't you afraid that you might imitate somebody's style? Like, I know certain comedians, like, they're afraid to watch somebody's set because they don't want to go next and copy their same mannerisms.
No, I'm not scared of that at all. Like, I actually noticed that what helps me a lot is, like, listening to something while I write, instead of just writing to the beat, because then it makes me think of stuff in my life that, I can relate with. And then I'm like, oh, I like that topic, or I like what they're talking about, or, and that kind of gets me going as far as like what I'm going to write about. Or like, for example, if I play a tune that's like really sad, then all of a sudden I'm all in my emotions and I'm like, oh, okay, I can go Drake with it. So
oh,
it's
Lord. Don't Drake and drive. So is that basically your writing, like your writing process? Like, you'll listen to something and then like you'll brainstorm, or like how do you go about making your music more relatable when you're writing?
Yeah, so it's kind of that, and then I also, because I used to write about, like, I was very angry and I just used to write angry songs, and I noticed that I wasn't being like vulnerable enough. So I was like, okay, I want to open up a little bit more about what's going on in my life. And I felt like that was a lot better of a vibe. Like, when people listen to your song and they're able to relate, and you're going through the same thing, I feel like that's a lot cooler of a vibe to be in than just me throwing music out there. So I started kind of looking at, okay, what am I going through in my life right now? What do I want to write about? What specifically am I thinking about in the moment with like certain people that makes me like want to write about it? So that's kind of how I got like really going, and then just listening to like stuff that inspires me.
Now, are there any family members that inspire your music, or aspects of your family life that inspire your music?
Not at all, actually. There are no musicians.
You don't have a drunk uncle that plays a guitar or anything?
No, I don't have any musicians in my family. I have my grandpa is like a very well-known actor in Mexico, but besides that, like, I think he's the only one involved in the arts. My family's actually very definitely not artsy, so I think that motivated me even more, because it was like, oh, we've never done this before, like, this is something that I really love to do. So
because I honestly didn't know you were Latina until I listened to your song Mango and you're speaking Spanish. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I like mangoes. I don't know what the words are or what she's saying, but I do enjoy mango from time to time. So.
Thank you. I love that song. I love it because it gets you moving.
Yeah, it was a dope track. Are there any topics or subject in the song that you're afraid like you won't go there? Anything that's off topic, music wise, that you won't go?
Oh man, I learned this the hard way. So I think my family, like I like to keep them out of it. Like everything else, because I can do the relationships. Like this EP is gonna be pretty much like all of my exes are like a mixture in this EP. So they're gonna catch themselves in there, you know. But my family is definitely something that I want to keep out of the media. I did do one interview where I brought them up, and afterwards I just felt so bad, you know, that I was like, I'll just keep that topic out. So yeah,
that's kind of like that for us as well. Me and Casey, we're both Trinidadian, and you're Mexican, of course, right?
Yeah.
So I know, like, our families, they kind of keep everything close to the chest, and like in our culture, pretty much is like you're either a doctor, a lawyer, a scientist, or a failure. So if you're not any of those three things, then they look down on you and they don't want you talking about any type of family stuff because they'll get mad. They're like, hey, you're telling all these things on the show? Well, what the ass is this? Awkward ass Thanksgiving, put it that way.
Oh man.
It's actually Canadian Thanksgiving today too. What the?
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit! Look at me, man. Yeah, your turkey and your gravy.
I'm going in half an hour.
Okay.
I watched. No worries.
I did not realize those things were that. I really didn't.
No, it was a cool coincidence. I watched your Sex and Cigarettes video. I like it. I like the transition between the relationship beginning, the beautiful parts, and the ending with the breakup, and in between there was cigarettes and passion in between the whole thing. I like the video. It's pretty cool.
Thank you.
On your YouTube, do you want to talk about the process of making the video? How was it? Was it tough? Was it long? Was it fun? Did you write the whole thing yourself, or did you have a team of people?
Yeah, so that was, man, it was every single time I've made a music video, it's been really, really fun. Like,
nice.
I think right before the video, it's tough because you're trying to get everything together, you know? So organizing it is really hard. But then when it comes to like actually taping it, everyone's just on my sets. Like I let everybody drink. So we're just like drinking and having fun and, you know, partying and whatever else is going on.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I actually, for the most part, I organized it myself. I was like the director on it, and
nice.
Yeah, and I had like a team of really skilled people that helped me out, and they did like, you know, coming up with the locations because we shot in Arizona, and I'm not very familiar with there, so they like told me where are the best places to shoot, and like we found actors and. We had like the people that helped with setting up all the lighting and all of that stuff. So yeah, it was really fun.
Nice. That's good. I'm looking through your YouTube and I subscribed, but you have a thing that says how I was saved by a crackhead. Can we get
Why'd you steal my transition, man?
I didn't know that. Can we get into that a little bit, please? Because I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna give you the views, and I want other people to watch it too. But just give us a little bit of a tidbit of what the hell is that about? Because
how did the crackhead save your life?
Oh man, so pretty much, my tire blew out on the freeway, and it turns out there's people that drive you off the freeway to make sure you're safe, but then they just drop you off in the middle of nowhere, and you have to figure it out from there. So that's what happened to me. Yeah, so that's what happened to me, and I ended up running into a crackhead who was just, sitting there like smoking. And he's like, hey, because I was trying to fix my tire. And he was like, hey, do you need help with that? And I was like, I'm not sure if I want help from you. It might
did he
end up
use
worse.
a jack, or did he just lift it up with his bare hand?
Yeah, with this
crackhead strength.
Yeah, exactly. Crackhead strength.
No, there was this guy walking by, and he goes, hey, be a gentleman and help her. And so the guy stopped, and he didn't speak English, so he was like, what is he saying? And I was like, oh crap. This is turning into a whole thing.
Are you sure it was a crackhead? It could have been a SoundCloud rapper. It's easy to get confused.
One of the two.
It could have been. He could have been like, "Oh, thank you, Crack." He'd be like, "Ma'am, I'm a millionaire. I got several shows.
Right?
I just want platinum."
Trippy Red. It's your boy Trippy Red.
He's like, I just want platinum.
Oh my god.
Crackhead
Yeah,
says
it's getting...
Treyway. You're like, oh shit, it was 6ix9ine the whole time. Caught me off guard. I do have a question for you though. With today's political climate, are you willing to speak on any of that in your music or?
Man, that is a hard. I'm trying to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I think, just because I actually dealt with a recent issue. I don't know if you guys noticed, like in the Sex and Cigarettes video, there's a small part where there were dollars in the bar that we were in, and one of the dollars that was hung up on the ceiling said "Trump sucks titties," and we put that in the video, and oh my gosh, I did not know how much like controversy that was gonna be, you know, like in the moment for us it was like, oh, that's funny, and we just threw it in, you know. But it was just like, man, this is insane. Like, it wasn't even a serious thing, you know. So as far as that, like, I'm trying to stay away from it just because I don't want to like lose fans of, you know, my music for something that's totally unrelated to what I'm like doing as my career, you know. But it's just, man, the world is in a very dark place, I would say. Hopefully, you know, there's people that will shed some light on it and make things better. But
it's a double-edged sword because like some of your fans could feel like you're doing them a disservice if there's like, Me Too stuff going on, and they're like, damn, she don't speak on it. Or let's say years later you're at an MTV award and stuff like that, and you tell people that you were Me Too, and they're just like, damn, how come she never, you know, said this in her music? I would have been able to relate to it.
Yeah, that's true. And I have a lot of friends that have been through that. I haven't myself personally, you know, thank God, but for the people that have gone through that, I think that, you know, a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world is very like sad for them and really affects them, and it's sad for me to like watch them be sad about it, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I will say I will never support anyone who, you know, has done that in their past or has been involved in any part of like sexually assaulting anyone. That's just disgusting to me. But
let me get happier. Let's get happier.
Yeah, let's bring it up.
Good God. Ready to cut my wrist at the end. So the EP Nectar is coming out October 17th. What's the track list looking like right now?
It's awesome. I have 5 songs on it, and I don't want to give too much away yet, but it's like every song is kind of a different emotion. So the first track starts out with numbness, kind of, you know, the numbness that you feel when you're like trying to feel something but you just can't. The second track is kind of an FU, like, you know, a girly movement. So I'm really excited for that one. The third one is Sex and Cigarettes, which is, you know, kind of that reminiscing phase where you're like trying to get over someone. And then the fourth track is that I Don't Give a Damn one that I was telling you guys about, where it's like, it's kind of an FU again, but it's more like, look at everything I gave up for you, and then now I'm just about myself. And then the fifth one is kind of that, it's kind of a more sensual track. So it's like kind of how like you kind of stay in that cycle of all 5 of those songs. When you're like trying not to, you know, like be into someone, but you're just like attracted to them. So those are the 5 tracks that I have there.
We call that stalking where I'm from.
Well,
I like you, Mama. Just keep looking at you from this bush.
Jail.
That's called jail.
Yeah. Jail time.
You know, you like somebody, but you don't talk to them. You follow them. You send them massive emails. You know, Love, right?
It's not like that though. It's the hard to get. It's the hard to get type.
Oh, okay. We still call that stalking where I'm from. You know that love where you follow somebody home?
Yeah.
You got a new song called Stalker Love coming out. Alright. I'm sorry.
That's all good. That's funny.
Alright, I forgot my next question. Oh, okay. So, with you transitioning from rap to pop, it's kind of hard to like find a lane in pop. To me, it seems like, because a lot of this pop music, you either have that same repetitive like techno sound where it's just like they repeat the same song, like the same verse, and it's just like doom 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 doom. And then with the urban R&B, like if you have a song about heartache and somebody like cheating and doing you dirty, platinum hit. So like with your writing process, like do you think like, oh man, maybe I should do like a song about somebody just being a complete piece of shit, and that'll automatically be a hit?
It depends. I guess if I find that person, yeah, hell yeah. I just like writing stuff about like my personal experiences, and like I definitely do have one in there that's like, this guy's an asshole. So so hopefully that will be, I think that's one that I've played for some of my girls, and they're like, oh my god, that's where I am in my life right now. And I'm like, yep, that's where most of us are. So hopefully that one will be relatable for sure.
Now, like a song like that, I would be afraid that like during my writing process I'll be too descriptive. I'd be like, fuck you, girl that lives on 14th 7th Street, who's 6'5", blood type B, works at Walmart, you cheated on me with Jeff, you live over. They're like, damn nigga, you talking about that girl over? You talking about Shaniqua? Like, no.
Damn.
Like, damn, definitely describe it to your T. You got the mole right over your eye. You're like, damn girl, you talking about Chris in that song? I know exactly what you talking about. That's always been a fear.
Hard. Huh?
That's always been a fear. Like if I was able to write a song, I'd be like, yo, I gave too much information, and you know exactly who the hell I'm talking about.
It's so hard not to do that. Like, you get tempted to do that sometimes, honestly. But like the way I've kind of figured it out is you can throw something in there, like a quirk that's very unique about them. Like, for example, the Sex and Cigarette song, I did that based off of a dude that would like go and smoke a cigarette after like each time we had sex. So to me that was like a thing that, oh, he's gonna hear this and he's gonna know this is for him. So here we go.
That's so weird to me. He's just like, I came, I need a moment, let me go outside.
That's so old school. That's like those old school
so
movies.
weird.
That's like those old school movies in the 50s and 60s. After sex, they would smoke cigarettes. Yeah.
That is some, really. Like, see, I'm gonna go smoke a cigar. See.
Sounds kind of hipsterish to me.
Oh, please don't tell me you're sleeping with hipsters out here.
No.
Oh, hipsters need love too.
No,
see that crackhead could have been a hipster the whole time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh my god.
I can't see like somebody like, climaxing, be like, oh, I gotta step out for a minute.
Dude, I thought it was the weirdest thing. I was like, okay,
weird.
You need a song.
This is lovely, but I need a moment outside.
It's like in Sex and the City when the guy would always go take a shower after having sex, like right after. I don't know if you guys ever seen that episode. That was some weird.
Now, are you a smoker yourself, or was it just this person?
No, I'm not. Dude, I smoked like 2 packs for this video.
There's like fake cigarettes you can smoke for prop cigarettes.
God, why? Don't do that to yourself.
I know.
It's not
I
worth
felt
it.
so horrible the next day. Like, I literally spent all day in bed because I felt like I was dying.
Did you end up smoking cigarettes after? Because it's addictive. It's like, yeah, a cigarette. It's making me feel sick.
No, like, I don't know how people get addicted to cigarettes. They're so gross. Like, I can't. They're not for me, I guess.
So please don't do a song about cocaine or crack. I don't want you doing crack or cocaine in the video just for the video. Like, I don't need that to happen. All right, you could use a fake substance. All right, you don't need to go all out. I tried smoking. I got asthma. I ain't got time for that shit. I tried it once. My lungs ain't made for that. No.
I like a good cigar once in a while, but you don't gotta inhale that.
I do like cigars. I think it's something about being a chick that I'm just like, I feel so badass smoking a cigar.
I be feeling like a 90s gangster when I smoke a cigar. I'm like, I'm about to do some Suge Knight shit. I'm about to beat somebody and put them in the cage.
Making $billion deals.
Now, you being you're not really up and coming. You did your thing and you're kind of rebranding yourself. But how is it as an up and coming artist? Like, I know money's an issue. I watched the video where you're saying you were a maid and the artist at night. I was like, damn, she hustling. Like, how's that hustle and bustle of just like, the passion of doing the art, and what could you tell up and coming like artists like what they should do, and like some tips, some secrets?
Yeah, man, it's tough. I'm still doing the maid thing. Like, it's crazy because you kind of have no life, as far as like, well, I mean, you do have fun, like when you go to events and stuff, which is mainly where I try to make friends, because I'm either like doing music stuff or I'm working,
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of work, but I would just say like, make sure that what you're doing is something that you really love to do, because regardless, like, even if you're working a 9-to-5 job, like you're stuck there, and you have to like do your job. So you might as well be doing something that you really like to do if it's going to take up that much of your time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm like, right now I'm definitely, it's crazy because I'll be working like all day from like morning to afternoon, and then I have an event in LA, which I'm actually in Fontana, so like an hour from LA. So then I'll have to drive out there for the event, and then stay there till whatever time it lasts, and then come back. And it's crazy, man. It's a crazy life for sure.
It's good though.
Now,
You gotta hustle.
this is off topic. My mom, she's a travel nurse, and she's in the LA area right now. And do you have a roommate or anything like that?
Yeah, I have 2 roommates actually.
So I was helping my mom out with the roommate process for LA, and she picked up an application, and it said finance and entertainment, and then the girl has like provocative pictures, and she's like, "Oh, she seems like a lovely lady." I said, "Mom, she's a stripper." She's a stripper, Mom. Like, you're about to be rooming with a stripper. No, she seems swell. So she ended up rooming with this lady. She was there for I think a month and a half, and then finally the lady pulled my mom aside, and she's like, "Sue, I got something to tell you. I don't just sell furniture during the day. At night I strip." And then my mom's kind of like, "Oh, okay." Like, she kind of put 2 and 2 together because I was warning her. And she's like, "By the way, I also went to jail for 5 years." I was like, "Mom, you gotta do better." I don't know what the roommate process is in LA.
Hey, is the rent being paid?
It's being paid. I don't know. Hey. Do you have any horror stories about roommates in LA?
No, dude, I've been very blessed, like, to have good roommates. I mean, if you want to consider my ex, who was a lame-ass roommate.
Oh, is that the cigarette guy?
Huh?
Is that the orgasm and cigar guy? Or orgasm and cigarettes guy?
What? Sex and cigarettes?
Nah, I'm calling him orgasm and cigarettes. That's his name.
Oh, God.
Call him Come and Go. His name is Come and Go.
That was a good one.
Mr. Come and Go. Yeah, that guy.
Mr. Come and Go. Oh, gosh. No, it was a totally different guy. But no, I've had like really good experiences. My roommates are awesome. Like, right now we have this corn man that drives by, and like we all run out. He like knows us for buying corn like crazy, and we just all run out and buy corn. And we're always doing crazy shit, like fun
That's
shit.
That's super Mexican. In case people didn't know you're a Mexican, you like it,
right?
Yeah.
You're like, "Yo, I love corn."
The super black guy was in Florida, and I was like thinking about the watermelons that we were getting in Florida.
It happens. Like,
I was thinking that's super black. I shouldn't say that.
No, you gotta fulfill that stereotype sometimes. You gotta fulfill the stereotype.
I was like, there's a guy who at the gas station who'd always be selling the big watermelons, and I was lit when I was in Florida. I was like
you're like, "Yo."
I was like, "I can tell." Maybe I shouldn't say that.
That
she said corn.
Bomb, though.
Yeah, no, it was. It was great.
So what's that thing with the corn? Where they put the mayonnaise and the spices and was it elote or something like that's called?
It's amazing. It's called an elote.
See, I don't know anything about Mexican culture. I don't know. Damn. Yeah, please inform me.
Dude, oh my god, it's so bomb.
So is it mayonnaise on the corn? I don't know. Is it cheese?
Yeah, so it depends what you want. So one of my roommates doesn't like mayonnaise, so he gets his with butter. I think it's butter, Parmesan cheese, red pepper, and lime. I think that's. That
just sounds like heartburn. I'm gonna eat it though.
Oh, it's heartburn. I got 2 yesterday, and I was dying today. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have ate that.
Now, Trinidadians. Well, in Canada we eat poutine, which is fries, gravy, and cheese curds. It's kind of like plunky.
What?
It's like
it's delicious.
How do you explain a cheese curd? What's a cheese curd?
It's like hard waxed cheese, and when it gets really hot, it melts, and it's really stringy. It's really, really stringy cheese, but it's really good though. Like it's.
Oh my god, that's
heartburn.
Yeah, for sure. That beaver tails. We got beaver tails here too. That's another.
Beaver tails good. That's a pastry. It's like a thin, like a flatbread pastry with cinnamon and brown sugar.
What? It's okay, I have to have that.
Yeah, no, that's great too.
So when you go on your world tour, you go to Canada, you go get you a beaver tail, and get you some poutine, and then get you a bag of ketchup chips.
Oh yeah, ketchup chips aren't in the States either, are they?
Wait, what is that?
Oh man, those are good too.
We're changing your life right here.
I didn't even realize those aren't in America until I just thought about that. Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah, ketchup chips is good. It has like a vinegary kind of taste.
Tastes like ketchup and chips.
Ooh, yeah, I love vinegar chips.
So yeah, you'll like ketchup chips. So
yeah. I like dream of going to Canada. I'm not even gonna lie, because I feel like it's Alaska, but maybe like a little less cold. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, it's less cold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's and not so dark.
-60. Yeah, -60s. That's super cold.
Yeah. How cold do you guys get?
Celsius, we get like -10, -17 sometimes when it's real bad. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Sorry, but in Celsius.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
I'm not about to convert that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like for that.
Yeah, but it's like -17 is probably the worst historically that we've gotten in the past couple of years, and like power went out, and that was really bad.
Oh, damn.
In a whole city, yeah, that's really, really bad. So that was a bad year. But no, Toronto's a great city though. Everybody who comes here loves it. I went to Vegas, and everybody was like, "Oh shit, you're from Toronto!" Like everybody knows the city, so you would really like the city. Yeah.
I'm speaking it into existence. You're gonna do a show in Toronto one day. I'm speaking it into existence right now.
Yes. You guys need to hook me up. Who do you know out there that do you guys?
Oh, we got you. We got producers and stuff out there.
Oh yeah.
Artists. Yeah, we got you.
Producers and artists out here for sure.
We will talk after the show. We got you.
Woo.
Yeah, did you have any other questions, Akil?
Now, you do have some upcoming shows. Let's go ahead and plug that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. What do you guys want to know? Like the ones
everything.
Sweet.
What do you mean everything?
Everything.
Minute to minute of your performance. No, but
I want to know every aspect of your life.
How long have you been performing? And was it hard to transition into performing? Like, is that because some people get stage fright that I know before they started, like they would have to do a lot of small performances before they actually do like bigger shows.
Yeah, it's a little different for me. I'd say it's kind of the opposite. I'm like a socially anxious person. Mm-hmm. So like if I'm in a room with like a small group of people, and they're like wanting to interview me for like a job or something like that, I get super nervous. Like I get extremely nervous. But if I'm on a stage in front of a big crowd, I feel like at peace, like I don't know what it is.
It's electric.
Yeah, it's just like I pick up the energy in the room and I just vibe with it. But I've done acting for like a really long time, and it was just something that kind of came naturally for me. Like I always loved being on stage. I think it was because like I never really fit in as a kid. Like I was always kind of weird, and like it made me really, I don't know, find a place where I felt comfortable.
That's pretty cool. You did acting. Did you do stage, like theater acting, or did you do in movies?
Yeah, I did both actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that the show Pitch on Fox. They only did one season, but I was on that. I did a lot of acting like in San Diego and LA. And I've done like a lot of stage acting too.
Fun fact, Casey's like in just about every 90s like young teen film as an extra.
I was in like a couple, just a couple, not every. But Toronto was like the cheap man, the poor Hollywood studios, New York. Toronto's the poor studios, New York. So a lot of movies that used to come out, they would say it was in New York, but it was actually filmed in Toronto or Vancouver.
What? That's
it had a lot of extra work jobs here. So instead of working, like I used to do like throwing papers early in the morning. My parents were like, my cousin was doing a movie and he was like, oh, do you want to come try this? And I just went and did extra work, and then that turned into one role and another role and another. Just in the background.
I saw you. What's that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and it was like Martin Short or something like that? I saw you in that film.
That was a long time ago.
I see you in a bunch of random ass 90 movies.
Yeah,
it's like, there's Casey walking.
In his
there's Casey with light pop.
How do you recognize him? What the heck? Like, wasn't he a lot younger?
I have pictures of Casey like when they were young because we would go to this place called Wonderland, which is kind of like it's kind of like not Disney World, but it's kind of like our Universal Studio.
Yeah, it's kind of like land, but
it's our hot spot.
Yeah, it's a lot of roll.
We would go there every year, and I have all these old pictures of me and Casey at Wonderland, and a lot of the old pictures of me and him in Wonderland, that's the same Casey that you see in these 90s movies. So.
That was fun, though. It was fun doing that stuff. It was like a slow day. I'm sure you know how it is. Like, it has the craft trucks with the food and all that stuff. And
yeah.
I found it fun and I got paid like $150 for half a day sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, and I'm like 10, 12 years old, like, oh my God, I'm a billionaire. But only had like $100 after taxes. My agent would be like, oh, do you want to do this one? I was like, sure. You just got to go on rollerblades and fly around and do circles. Rollerblades. I was like, okay, you know.
Casey, you need the IMDb page. I want to find every 90s film that you've been in.
Lord. Not too many.
Probably about 5.
Like a handful. It's probably a handful.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 you're in.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so what other acting did you do? What did you think of that experience, like the craft trucks, and did you have any funny stories from that?
Man, it was so much fun acting, honestly. It's funny because it's been I'd say like 2 years that I haven't been acting, and like I still get friends that hit me up and like, hey, I just saw you in this, or hey, is this you? And I'm like, oh fuck. But,
what about with vlogging? How do you like that? Because a couple of people that I know do that in Toronto, and they get so much money off of vlogging that they stopped doing a lot of the other things they were doing. Like they bought houses and cars off of vlogging. How do you like vlogging?
Crazy. Yeah, I actually just started vlogging, so it's a little bit new for me, but it's so much fun. I think the hardest thing I deal with is like I don't know what to vlog about sometimes, and I'm like, how do people come up with a topic like every week? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's crazy.
It's like what you're going through doesn't feel interesting, but people watching would be like, holy crap, I've never been to California before, and they get to actually see like how you're talking about the food, the corn, and all that. Like if you did a vlog about that, people would watch it and be like, oh, I've never seen that before. Yeah, you see what I mean? But to you, it might seem like it's just an everyday thing. That's what's interesting about vlogs to me.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's so different. Like, I guess I'm not used to like, because I'm used to like being filmed, but I'm not used to like me filming myself just sitting there talking, you know? So it's a little different. I have to get used to it for sure. But it's fun like editing it and stuff. I think that's really fun.
Yeah, editing's fun. I enjoy editing a lot.
Now, did we touch base on the different shows that you have coming out? Because I think like we went off the rails a couple of times.
Oh yeah, my bad.
That's where the fun's at, though.
That is the fun.
That's where the fun is, off the rails.
Yeah, I actually have a few shows coming up this month actually for the release of the EP. So I have one on the 18th, which is the day after the release of the EP. And that one's going to be in LA. It's going to be at the Silver Lake Lounge. And then I have another one coming up. I believe I have 2 coming up in Phoenix, but I'm still getting like the full details on one of them. But the one that's confirmed right now is on the 29th at the Crescent Ballroom in Phoenix. So those are the two major shows that I have coming up.
Nice. Good.
All right, now let people know where they can reach you and where they can hear your music, and plug away.
Hell yeah. So you guys can hear me on pretty much all music platforms, iTunes, Spotify. If you just look up Zairah, Zairah, and you'll be able to find me. And then I also have all social media. So Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. They're all the same. They're all under XOXO Zairah. And then, my website too, xoxozairah.com.
We need to stop being lazy, Casey, make a website.
I was just thinking, it's a lot of work. Don't you find it a lot of work, like having to manage all of it?
Hell yeah.
You're doing it yourself?
And I do it all myself right now.
That's awesome, because both of us and me and Akil, we both have full-time jobs, side hustles. He has kids, you know what I mean, and school. We're both taking courses here and there. It's a lot, but we're doing it, though. We love it. We love doing it. But one person doing it, that's a lot. That's a lot of work. That's good.
It's a lot of balancing stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of alcohol. That's
late nights.
Just a lot of alcohol. Good God. I don't know how the hell I do it, so shout out to you. Whew.
Thanks, guys.
Now, are we getting a world exclusive? Are you giving us the new Sex and Cigarettes remix?
Yes. So this remix is actually by DJ Looney, and he's actually out in Australia. He used to be here doing the Sway in the Morning show. He used to DJ for that. And now he's out in Australia doing his thing. He has his own label, While Out. And he made this remix, and I was just like, this is insane. It's a house remix. So, yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to premiere it for sure.
Get your glow sticks ready, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Get your ecstasy and glow sticks. Get ready to rub your nipples, because this one's going to be a doozy.
I need a cigarette.
And you have a SoundCloud as well. I think I just added you on SoundCloud, so don't be a stranger.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't get on there as often as my other stuff, but I will definitely I'll repost to you guys. So whenever you put it up, I'll go ahead and repost it.
Oh, dope.
Most definitely. Again, this is Zairah, who used to be Zairah Raps. Now you're Zairah XOXO, correct? Let's switch it up on this.
No, so I'm Zairah, but for my social media, it's XOXO Zairah.
Oh, okay. I thought you can change names. I'm gonna change my name. I was telling Casey I was gonna change my name so I could have like the Trump supporters follow us. I was gonna change my name from Akil to Akun, and just start doing some coon shit for a whole year, a solid year of coon shit, and then I was gonna say sorry after that year, after I built that fan base.
Oh god.
So I got my MAGA hat coming in the mail, baby. Hope y'all ready. Cooning all summer 2019, baby. All right, so that concludes this interview.
Yes, thank you for being a part of this show. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. You were awesome.
Thank you. That was great. All right, so before we get into this Bacchanal news, let me let y'all know where you can find us. If you want to critique our work, tell us where we could be better. Or if you want to be a part of the show, hit us up on the Bacchanal Squad at gmail.com. That's the BACCHANLSQUAD at gmail.com. We're on Instagram and Twitter also at _Bacchanal. And on Facebook, you could search for us at The Bacchanal Podcast. And if you're listening to us, we're on all podcast providers: Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And if you're on iTunes, give us that 5-star rating. We'd really appreciate it. All right, so let's get on with this Bacchanal news. Akil,
I like your corny, cheap echo effects.
You love that shit, huh? Ladies and gentlemen. That's from Bill Burr, man. That's a shout out to Bill Burr podcast. He's an inspiration, you know what I mean? That's the shit he does. He does his podcast all by himself every week, twice a week actually. If y'all don't know Bill Burr, he's a comedian out of Boston. All right, so let's get into this Bacchanal news. Some craziness was happening in Toronto, man. This hair salon man did a roundhouse kick and kicked this woman at an anti-abortion thing that was going on in the streets, and that shit went viral. Man got fired. Did you see the video, Akil? What's your thoughts on it?
I saw that he went into a stance, and I was trying to figure out what he was about to do.
Paul McGraw.
And then the kick just caught me off guard. I was like, what? Because first, I don't know if he was trying to go for a Trunks from Dragon Ball Z look, because he got the purple hair
and the mashy beard. I don't know.
I was like, yo,
where did they find this guy?
It's like Trunks crash landed in Toronto and just picked up a meth habit.
Yeah.
It's just been chill. Because he stopped, he prepared himself to go Super Saiyan, and then he said, you know what, fuck it, I ain't about to reveal my full power level. He just kicks that. He just kicks there, keeps it moving.
It looked like he was trying to kick the phone out of her hand, which is just ridiculous. First of all, let me just say, that was just crazy. But he overkicked and kicked her right in her head, clearly, because you can see the foot go past the phone. You see, like, his knee hit the phone, and then his foot hits her head. So, yeah, man, the guy got fired from his job, got charged.
So how did this all start? Is he pro-abortion, or is he anti-abortion? Like, what?
I think he was at the rally for anti-abortion, what it looked like to me. He was at the rally, and then she rolled up with the cell phone giving him shit. And she was like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're just, trying to hype him up and rile him up. Because she walked up to him with the phone recording. And then he was like he was trying to explain, and then he lost it. Like, yo, just move from me. Just move, I just
love how, like, he does, like, a pivot. He gave her a thumbs up, thumbs down, like, you want to kick? You don't want to kick. You want to kick? You don't want to kick. And then he does, like, a side pivot, and then he stops for a second, like, I'm about to kick you. Wow, bitch.
He was hyped for UFC. I don't know, man. That guy was a kickboxer or something.
Domestic abuse is this shit?
I do not know, man. But that was some crazy shit. Yeah, lost his hairdressing job though, man. He shouldn't be kicking people in the streets.
What the hell's wrong? He looks. Oh, is that? He has like a Satan star on his necklace.
Oh Lord.
Here. Blue beads. What in the ass? What's going on in Toronto?
I don't know, man. Shit was kind of hilarious, but sad though, man. Domestic violence could be taking place like that, Man has beads on. I don't know.
If purple hair, man, he could come to America and he could run for Senate.
We should have known, man. This guy got a wife beater on, and it's friggin' tie dye. You should have known.
Oh, that's trouble.
Yeah. Oh man, purple sweater. This guy has like tights on and shit with looks like Uggs. Looks like he's wearing black Uggs.
Casey, that's gonna be a flame ass Halloween costume though.
Yeah, honestly, people are already in talks about making this costume.
Like, who are you? I'm the roundhouse kick guy.
Yeah.
I'm the anti-abortion guy.
Yeah, his name's all out there on the internet. Jordan Hunt. That's his name.
Is he from Scarborough?
I don't know where he is from. Streets looks like it's Young and Shepherd right there where they're doing this thing. But
he looks like he lives in the sewers with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he just crawled out one day. He's like, "Yo, I've been training with a Master Splinter, and today."
He looks like. Do you know the X-Men, the mutants that are in the sewers?
Oh shit!
He looks like he's part of that crew. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, what's her name? Morrow? Where her bones would like come out like spikes?
Yeah, just those dirty ass mutants underground. That's what he looks like.
Telling you, man, he's Trunks from DBZ who picked up a meth habit and has a couple of STDs.
It was all good just a week ago for this guy, man. Let me see if I can play this audio if it comes through. Yeah, so she rolled up on him.
Well, cool. It's better to be. You want to kill him with kindness.
You hearing it?
Right.
Oh yeah, I'm hearing it.
They actually got people filming you the whole time. Which is why I say kill with kindness.
Guess what? Hey,
Destruction of private property. It's against the law.
Somebody gets raped by somebody, and they're like, I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby. Think you should keep it?
It's a baby.
Yeah.
If someone is raped and she gave birth and she decided to kill her 2-year-old child.
Boom.
You said fuck your opinion.
Do not touch me. Someone call the cops.
Oh Lord, now you want cops coming?
You Canadians are so damn polite, man.
Did you hear apologies in that too?
She's like, I'm sorry, eh? Sorry you hit me, eh? That was American. You know how many gunshots went off already?
Hey, this is Toronto. There's more guns than people in this city, so I'm surprised a gunshot didn't go off.
You guys are very polite still.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about this Telltale, this breaking news, Telltale news. The Walking Dead final season will be getting its ending because we heard all this news that was happening before with the cancellation of the game and the whole Telltale production company. But Robert Kirkman is like, nah, fuck all that shit. So he's gonna put out the ending through his company Skybound. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be in comic book form or if it's gonna be the game, and they're gonna hire the developers again to actually finish the project. But if it's the game, hopefully they get more people and put better money behind it so they can get everything proper.
Yeah, I honestly, I want like a third-party company to like scoop them up, like maybe Square Enix, since they're doing Life is Strange, like come in and just take Telltale and take all the properties they have and just improve on the engine, because that's all it really needs is an improved engine and just tweak some of the storytelling, and they're good.
I'm good with this being delayed for a whole year and it coming out as one complete like game, one complete final project, not a monthly or, you know, piece by piece episodic thing. I'm happy with them taking a whole year off, getting this whole story done on a proper engine with whoever else wants to invest in this, because there are a lot of companies and people that are trying to get this to actually happen. So if they all collaborate together and make this the best Walking Dead finale we can get, I'm happy with that.
Well, I was invested, but I played part 2, and then I started losing interest, and then part 3 came out, and I have it.
You're talking about seasons or episodes?
Yeah, seasons.
Yeah.
I played season 1, which I loved. It was a great ending. They could have ended it right there, but you know they wanted to fulfill the whole story of Clementine. So I played part 2. It was okay, but when part 3 came out, I waited until like a couple months ago. I picked that up for like $9 for the whole season. Yeah, and I've yet to play it.
Mm-hmm. Now I got a question for you. How would you like this to end?
I don't know, maybe her being a leader of a group, or her meeting her demise as well. Since Lee was like her mentor in the first game, and he met his demise. So maybe they're gonna do like a full circle, and maybe she meets up with a family member of his, or something along those lines. So I don't know.
Yeah, I
really
would.
Don't know. I told you I
like
lost investment. So
yeah, of course they tried to spread this thing out and shoot out other things in between with failed sales. You know what I mean? So
that sounds like a nasty porn right there.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
damn
spreading
right.
and shooting, boy. Sliding and gliding.
I would think I'm kind of over the full circle stories where it's like, oh, the introduction happens like the ending. I would like it if in the end they ended in the Walking Dead TV show and she's more of a main character in that instead. If they find a cast of it and build more interest into the show again, because the show has been dead to me too. Like it's fallen off also. So if they do something to revitalize, if they do something to revitalize the energy in both the show and end off the game in a proper dope way, I think that'd be the best thing. And the comic book, I think that'd be their best bet.
Fear the Walking Dead is better than The Walking Dead now.
They're both trash, dog. They're both
have you watched the new Fear the Walking Dead?
No, and I'm not going.
No, you probably watched the earlier stuff, bro. They killed everybody.
I'm gonna fast forward that shit, if anything. Fuck that.
They killed. Yeah, well, it's worth fast forwarding because crackhead Johnny Depp, he's gone. The Spanish dude, he's gone. The white lady, she's gone. They have a completely new cast. The only person left is the girl.
Man,
and what I like about the show is that they will kill main characters and then replace them, keep them like nobody's safe.
None of them are main characters. They're all made up.
Well, that's the point though. Like you don't know who's gonna live and who's gonna die. It's not like The Walking Dead where you're like, oh lord, they're gonna tease Daryl getting hurt again this episode, but we all know Daryl's good.
Yeah, that's what made the show a problematic show to me initially. But Fear the Walking Dead, man, it could have been a better thing if it was done properly as a alter of Walking Dead, like giving us those little YouTube shows that they used to do. Those were way better than Fear the Walking Dead. If they continue
Casey,
that,
when's the last time you watched Fear the Walking Dead? Because that's how it is now.
Mirror. Your commercial like you're loving it right now.
No, it's good. Like I've been watching it. Like Morgan's on the show now.
How the fuck did Morgan get all the way over there?
Exactly. Start watching it. It's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
You're telling me there's an explanation that is actually like, oh shit, that's interesting how he got all the way over there?
Yes.
Oh lord. Alright, we'll see. They did a time jump.
Yeah, they did a time jump. They killed off a bunch of people who are useless, and it's a mirror image of
so it's a complete revamp of Fear the Walking Dead.
Exactly, yes.
Okay, alright. Well, I'll give it a shot. And if it sucks, I will walk all the way to North Carolina and slap the shit out of you.
Start on midway season 3. Start there.
Midway season 3. All right, people. And if it sucks, people, message this nigga and say, you do not know what the fuck you talking about.
No, it's good.
Okay.
It's good now.
All right, it's good. Okay, you're playing it safe. You played it safe.
They even have like a Michonne lady who was there who was
Oh,
crazy.
Lord. A bootleg Michonne?
Yeah, she was bad, though.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. We'll see. We will see. Let me see here. What we got next? Game developers say they're preparing for PSN name changes. So basically, they're saying we can finally change our PlayStation names very soon. How you feel about that? You feel good about that? Because I'm feeling good, but I'm over it now. You know.
I don't care. I've been D's Nuts 1988 since 2005. I don't care.
And I've been your flyness for a minute too. At first I was like, fuck man, I want to change it. And now I'm so invested and so deep in with all the things that I have and bought on there digitally. I don't want to start again, and I don't know.
You're not gonna start again, you're just gonna have a new name.
Yeah, no, now you can finally do that, but I've been so comfortable with just keeping that my name. I don't even know what names I would change it to. What names would you do? Maybe Sauce? I don't know.
I don't know. Ottawa Outlaw. I don't know. I'm D's Nuts.
You changed that?
You know.
But how's Xbox? It's like $5 to change the name?
Yeah, you pay something like that, but
yeah.
I'm Poom Poom King on that because I was Poom Poom King in 05. So I don't know. I was a pervert back. That was before
pervert
the Me
back
Too
then,
movement.
you're a pervert now.
Oh man, that was prior to the Me Too movement, man.
So let's see here. Spawn. Todd McFarlane wants R-rated horror movie of his Spawn movie, and he wants to make children cry. He wants it to be so scary. He doesn't want it to be no action hero, superhero type shit. He wants to make motherfuckers cry in that bitch. Rated R.
Oh god, please don't try too hard, buddy.
I hope it rekindles that feeling like back when I was a little kid and there were actually scary movies. I hope it's like that, not these ones that they're claiming to be scary. It's just like those loud noise, jump scare, cheap ass shit that they've been doing these years. I hope it's actually something good, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's good.
I like.
He's been talking about this movie so long. Hopefully something happens.
I'm excited to see what they do. So it is what it is. Again, this is not going to be the Spawn that we were expecting, like a superhero film. It's going to be from the perspective of Twitch and Sam. It's going to be following the detectives, and they're going to be looking at Spawn. So you're going to be seeing Spawn from the outside looking in perspective. You're not going to see, Spawn in the alley and hearing his inner thoughts like we did with the animated series and what we got with the 90s film. We're going to be seeing somebody saying, what the hell is this creature? Is he good or bad? Is he here to, to help us or hurt us? And what are these demons? And so that's interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting. And if it's successful, then part 2 might be the Spawn where we get into Spawn's head and see what his mind state is, and go to hell and all that type of shit.
And from a budget perspective, that's kind of smart because you don't have to spend all this money following Spawn every minute with the CG. You can just have a couple scenes here and there with Spawn. So with it being a Blumhouse film, with them having probably about $10 million to use, for
5 to 10 million, yeah.
Yeah, 5 to 10. So they're gonna have to use that money wisely, and I guess they're gonna use that money more on the horror aesthetics of the film instead of just CG and jump scares. So we'll see. It has Jeremy Renner playing, I think, Twitch, and Jamie Foxx is playing Spawn. So you got 2 good actors. Hopefully it's followed by a good script, and Blumhouse has been on a roll lately for me. So because the new not Friday the 13th, the new Halloween movie coming out, Michael Myers, that's a Blumhouse film as well, and that's getting 9 out of 10s.
That looks incredible.
Yeah, it's getting
I'm
all types
excited
of
to watch
crazy rewards.
And I'm not even a Halloween fan like that, like of the movies, of that whole thing, but that movie just looks great.
I'm afraid to watch movies like that in America because I'm afraid white people are going to start tripping, start stabbing people in the theater and shit.
Getting the clown suits back out and hitting the highways. Yep. Remember that in the interstates? I was like, what the fuck is the states doing, man? Yeah, and I drive the interstates too, so it's like, I ain't stopping. If this motherfucker walks in the middle of the road, that's his life he's playing with. I've hit deers before. And still drove to NYC, so you know what I mean? That's just a thing. So, fuck around with your life if you want to, bro. Put on a Halloween mask. Fuck with me.
I might watch that shit at home, man. I don't know. People wilding out here in these streets, man.
Oh, yeah?
can't even enjoy a film like that. Like, you be enjoying yourself, and then there's just one guy, he'll stand up and be like, today's the day! You're like, oh, fuck, where's the exit? Where is the exit? Chandler's about to break loose. Let's get the hell out of here.
Now in North Carolina, you could legally buy a gun and have it in the holster on your belt and just go to a movie if you wanted to, couldn't you?
It depends. It is an open carry state, but there's certain premises that you can't bring a weapon on. Our movie theater has a metal detector as you walk into the different actual theaters, and then they also have 2 or 3 cops on guard. They just walk around. We had a black cop.
Now you could drive around with a gun in your car, right?
Wait, with your car? Yeah. But like when you get pulled over, you have to automatically say, "Hey, officer, I have a carry, like a permission to carry permit," and then they whip out their gun and then they shoot you.
Oh,
black.
Yeah, exactly. Like what happened.
Yeah. So I don't have one. Shit. That.
Okay, yeah, it's not worth all that shit.
I'm not gonna walk around with it. That's just.
Yeah. Brings negative energy around, probably too, right?
Yep.
Let's see, so in a couple weeks back, Chris Evans sent a tweet out. He says, officially wrapped on Avengers 4. It was an emotional day, to say the least. Playing this role over the 8 years has been an honor. To everyone in front of the camera, behind the camera, and in the audience, thank you for the memories. Eternally grateful. Now, he's working on a new movie from the director of The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson. It's called Knives Out. Okay, my bad. Whatever. Rain. But, yeah. I hope this ain't spoilers that he just tweeted. I hope it's a fake out that, people are thinking that, oh, Captain America's dead. He said he rapped. But they all rap at some time filming the movie. You know what I mean? But the way he said that tweet is kind of like, shit! There's no way Marvel and Disney would let him spoil the movie in a tweet. You know what I mean?
Well, I think his contract's up, so even if his character doesn't die, he might just be done playing Captain America, because the guy that plays Bucky, his contract's for like 8 films, so they can do a nice little smooth transition from him passing the shield over to Bucky.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to die. He can do it in a slick way. Like, yo, this is you now. I gotta live my life. I gotta figure out who I am. Because all this time I've been trying to be representation of the country or the protecting or this and that. And he wants to find himself. I think that'd be a smooth way to do it. Instead of Bucky being like, Cap! The same way Captain was like, Bucky! And then he blows up. You know what I mean? So
drop him off of the bridge. No!
Yeah, Cap!
Not again!
Shield up in the air. He's like, I will avenge you.
As he's falling,
we'll see.
Oh God.
Some cheesy shit.
Some cheesy shit. Is it
What's Knives Out?
Front of him?
Supposed to be a mystery. Yeah, Knives Out is a murder mystery. So I was like a murder. Huh?
I said I'm just ready for Captain Marvel. I'm sorry for talking over you. I'm just ready for Captain Marvel.
I'm ready for all these damn movies. I ain't going front.
Really?
If I could see them all right now, back to back, Captain Marvel, then Avengers 4, I'd definitely watch it right now. I'm ready for all this shit.
I'm ready for
Marvel's got the.
I'm almost ready for a show coming out next week called Daredevil. My nigga Matt Murdock is back, baby. Matt Murdock is out here with the do-rag look back on.
I used to listen to people asking for help. That's what I was trying to do.
Got him a fresh silky from the bodega up the street,
But I was fooling myself. Darkness only responds to darkness.
That's a clean black do-rag.
You and your obsession with do-rags, man.
I'm dead.
I wanted Iron Fist to have a do-rag on.
The real thing.
I have made many mistakes.
You're all thinking, you know who
the punter.
Not the puncher, the Kingpin?
Because of them.
Kingpin, yeah.
You know who could be like a Puerto Rican Kingpin?
What is
Fat
it
Joe.
you're saying? I want to make a deal.
He already is. That's what he's been. You heard his early stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Jealous Ones Still Envy and stuff like that. I like that suit. So he has the original suit you were saying from the actual comic books, like the gray and all that?
Yeah, the white and the purple that you see in the Spider-Man
white and the purple
series.
Cannot forgive.
I'm seeing this choppy, but it's all good. I can hear it clearly.
That's fine. I'll send it to you. So Matt don't give a fuck. You out here beating up people with business suit on, suit and tie.
Be careful that you don't become the monster.
He's like, I'm a lawyer that really fights for it. Like really fights.
Tell the world who you really are. Someone who's now showing his true colors.
Sometimes you have to put one person.
Why can't we get this with Iron Fist?
The city needs a new.
I don't know.
I think I might have found him. Daredevil is our true public enemy.
We got Bullseye over here
October
pretending.
19th.
Yeah, we got Bullseye pretending.
That's so dope, man.
Has been carried out by none other than Daredevil.
I don't know, man. He looks more Daredevil than he does.
Yeah. And how's this look better than the friggin'
Daredevil.
comic book movies that we've been getting in theaters? What the hell?
Does this look better than Venom?
Looks fire. I'm ready. Yeah, it does. It looks way better than Venom. Like, even the trailer, like... Woo! That looks great, man. The costume designs look great. Looks like they're doing all the stuff from the comic book styles and the Fox cartoon styles, you know what I mean? So, I'm happy for this. This looks great.
I would like to see by the end of this season that he has the full Daredevil costume with the DD. Like, he fully embraces being Daredevil.
I could see that happening in this.
Because he hasn't went full Daredevil yet. He has a tactical suit, but he doesn't have the double D's yet. He ain't got them double D's on his chest.
He ain't got the big ass titties on him.
Nah, man, he out here with them A cups out here fighting crime. I try to see them double D's.
Yeah, because that was on the fence. So his mom's supposed to be in this one too, so that's pretty dope. It's cool though the route they're going with the story. I'm very excited to see this.
Yeah, I read that book and that storyline's actually pretty cool. Karen Page, I hope she's not annoying again this season. I hope they find something useful and productive for her to do. I'm wondering if we're gonna see any.
I wasn't too happy to see her back.
Yeah, well, she's part of the Daredevil mythos. In the Kevin Smith storyline, she comes back out of nowhere and she has like AIDS and stuff, and there's a baby that shows up by Matt Murdock's house, and it's like the Antichrist, and he has to take care of it. That's a wild story. I hope they don't go there yet, but but Karen Page, she's always ending up into some bullshit. That's just her character. And then Froggy gets on my damn nerves. He always whining about something. Don't do it, Matt.
Yeah,
no.
He's always like, exactly. Stop.
The streets
You're
don't
better
need
than this.
you. I need you,
Help
Matt.
me. Until his back's on the wall. Help me.
Okay, put the costume on just one time, bro.
Exactly.
Froggy's the type of person who'll go to the bar and be like, I know Daredevil, so you can try to get some pussy. He's that guy. That's the vibe I get from Froggy. So, yeah, I'm interested to see if they bring anybody from Luke Cage or something to, like, show up. Maybe Danny. That'll be cool if Danny shows up and he's like, "Oh, you're alive," but Danny's in China right now. So.
Danny shines best when he's a side character in other seasons of people's shows. Ain't that some shit?
Pretty much. Pretty sad. All right, let's.
I don't know. It seems like they got a pretty good full roster of characters. They don't need nobody.
No, like who might make sense is maybe like Jerry Hogarth, the lawyer from Jessica Jones, who Froggy was working for. Maybe her showing up, that would be interesting. Misty Knight.
Yeah.
But like,
Misty Knight would be good if they bring back Turk. If they give Turk something more to do instead of getting beat up and snitching all the time, that'd be good.
Oh, that's what he does. He could be selling bootleg DVDs this season. It's your boy Turk.
Yeah.
Punisher's kind of like, he's laying low though.
He's
right
OP
now.
though. He'd probably be like, he's too powerful. Like he'll be able to help Daredevil through his problems way too easily if the both of them team up togetger against Kingpin and
we need to take down Bullseye. You'd be like, I shot that nigga in the head before I walked in the room.
I sniped that motherfucker miles away. He
shot him miles away, bro. He's dead. Here, it's like I killed him, but your problems are solved. What about that Kingpin guy? I blew up his whole mansion.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of gasoline went a long way.
That's how Punisher handles this
like,
problem.
What?
The one thing that got me mad with the Punisher show is when he fought that final guy, when he beat him up, I was like, yo, finish him off, man. You finished off everybody except that one dude. You're just like, you're good enough. I beat you enough. I'm gonna just let you be. But
that was his boy though, right? That was like his boy through thick and thin for so long.
That didn't stop that nigga before.
But nah, it's kind of dumb. Yeah, exactly. That was kind of dumb.
He shot Mad Murdock in the head when he first met him.
Day one.
The day one, he shot him in the face. Come on, man.
Matt said his first name before he can get his last name out. He just popped him in the face.
It's like, hey,
That's true
oh
still.
Shit, my man, nigga. I just wanted to say, hey. Oh, man, had a concussion.
Yeah, back.
So don't tell me this man got conscious last minute.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true. That is a hole in that story.
Come on,
that
bro.
is true. He should have murdered the shit out of that guy.
Because he killed people.
Maybe because that cop was on him. I don't know what the reason was. That's true. That is a real hole in the story.
He's like, yo, I sell DVDs. I got some child tapes. He's like, oh no, I gotta kill you now. So he kills people for far less. And that guy did enough to get murdered. All right.
Yeah.
Tell me he got a conscience on episode 13. Don't tell me that shit. all 12 other episodes, you ain't had no damn conscience. So that's
just
my
slaughtering
one flaw.
people.
That is my one flaw.
Yeah, that was a good observation. Let's get into these this next trailer. What we got?
I hate to say this, but I'm actually excited for this new Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix. It looks.
Yeah, I didn't
good.
watch this trailer, so I'm happy.
Oh, so
you've
it's gonna
been
be
telling
your
me
first
good
time?
things about it.
Yeah, man, I was just like, okay. I was like, I had no intentions of watching this, but you got me. You got me, Netflix, because we don't have Stranger Things this year. So, because remember, Stranger Things came out around Halloween time last year. So
yeah, and this is coming out October.
Yep,
it's coming out this year in October.
Yeah, this Sabrina comes out the week after Daredevil. So you got Daredevil, and then we have this to watch after. So I'm just like, it's a solid month.
Nice.
I ain't gotta go to the theater. I'm gonna save my money.
Mm-hmm.
So let me share this. Let me know if you can see and hear.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Barney Kinkle, the only person you're gonna scare is yourself.
Are you trying to get them cheeks?
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly.
Trying to beat them magical cheeks. I ain't mad at you, Harvey.
In the town of Greendale, where it always feels like Halloween, there lived a girl who was half witch.
Good for Sally Draper. She got her own show.
Half mortal, who, on her 16th
The one time you name an
would have to
actor,
choose
and it's
between
Sally
two
Draper.
worlds,
Every
the
other
witch
actor I
world
show
of
you,
her
I don't know
friends
that man.
and the human world of her
I
friends.
mean, that's Chris Evans.
I'm Googling. I'm getting my Googles on right now. I'm like, I know her from somewhere. I go front. Holy shit.
Are you willing
What
to
else
take
shit?
the path of light and follow the path of night?
Yeah, they're not shying away from the demonic aspect of it.
I can't do this.
Ooh, they call their half-breed. That's fighting weird.
I shall deliver Sabrina.
Look at Salem looking like my
You're
cat
going
Ducky.
to die, half-breed.
Yeah.
Girls. Let's not be catty bitches. Hmm?
It's just that you've grown up before my very eyes.
You're a rebel, Spellman. That's how I like my witches.
I'm not an evil person. But these are desperate times.
And they lynched like a bunch of witches.
Sabrina Spellman.
Damn, they about to murder
I will
somebody.
not sign it away.
It looks good.
Would you like to do the honors?
With pleasure.
And they killed Aunt Hilda first episode.
Then they just come back in October 26th. All right.
Told
Based
you,
off
man.
the Archie comic.
Are you sold?
Yeah, so her birthday's October 31st. Yeah, it looks good. I'm gonna check it out for sure.
They got me, and it's
So I wonder if they're gonna intertwine the Archie show with this.
It is. It's gonna be parallel with the Riverdale.
Yeah, that's a dope idea. This looks better than that show, so we'll see.
Because I was watching this, I was like, yo, this looks better than some of the past seasons they had of American Horror Story. I was like, it's pretty good. I will say the new season of the American Horror Story, the first 3 episodes they didn't do it for me. They're boring. They're in a bunker. You're following like these same 7 people for those first 3 episodes. That 4th episode though, whoo! So
I was watching something.
Oh, have you started it yet?
I don't know. You know how each season's different? My girl was watching it. I don't know which season it was or what, but it was like a family moved into a house and this neighbors kept just walking in the house. As some girl walked in, she's like, "You're gonna die," to the wife, and the dad was like a therapist and he was banging out the cleaner of the house, and she was like an old woman, but to him the woman looked like some like 25-year-old girl, redhead.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, each season's a different story.
Oh,
so
okay.
Season 1 is Murder House. Okay. Season 2 is Asylum. Season 3 is the Coven with the Witches. So this new season combines all of them, which is crazy.
It's what? This new season is what?
It's called Apocalypse, and it combines every season.
Oh, okay. Season 1 seems like it's going good so far, though, from what I've seen. But I'm gonna keep checking it out.
Are amazing, but and season 3 is okay, but after that shit falls off, man. It goes off the rails to the point where they have episodes where they're musicals.
Oh Lord!
whenever shows start doing that, I'm just like, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
they're like, we got nothing. We still need those ad revenues. You know what I mean? I need that. We still need that money though. Let me see. So what else we got? Aquaman trailer.
Let's jump into that. I don't think I watched this whole new trailer yet.
It's a pretty long trailer.
I've just been watching. I've just been seeing stills of the new costume, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, for sure.
The comic book accurate costume. All right, you can see everything. We're good.
Seeing it, yeah.
All right, Aquaman trailer here.
See the globe.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is all old shit.
That scene's new.
Problem with this is it makes me feel like I've seen the movie.
What was that? Your audio was going in now. You were saying that you felt like you saw the movie already? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's tripping.
I was a product of the love.
Yeah, it's kind of tripping right now. I don't know why.
Our worlds one day.
I don't know what the hell that was.
All right,
Son of the land.
Resume again. All right.
And the son of the seas.
Skype just had a seizure or something.
Our Skype's been sipping on lean.
Yeah.
Oh baby, no! Listen to the Carter 5. Damn, Skype, get it together.
Take your rightful place.
That's tripping.
As king.
That looks dope though. The WV. I'll give WB one thing. They know how to make a motherfucking trailer. They don't know how to make movies like for DC, but their trailers, top notch.
We're getting close now.
Because like I'll pay money to see this in 3D. Looks good. Looks 3D good.
Yeah. But I don't want to see all this. Like I want to see this in the theater. This part right here.
Well, some people are on the fence and they weren't invested in seeing the film.
Oh, so they had to do this.
Yeah, this trailer to me solidified me wanting to see it. I was gonna see it regardless for the podcast, but like I'm sold, completely sold.
Nothing.
Of course, it's not working.
Their chemistry seems kind of weak on this part, right?
Sahara was a desert.
No movie has bad chemistry. We'll go into that later today.
When you're not thinking at all. Right now, hold still.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, they all need to be showing all this.
We need water.
Yeah, man, I was like,
closest source.
Yeah, they could have saved that water part for the movie. That's cool that she can do that, but yeah, I need to see that.
This is some Zelda shit right here. Breath of the Wild.
Nah, it's Twilight Princess. Oh, no,
Breath of the Wild, man. What are you talking about?
That drop? Yeah,
this is straight. The sound effect was even Breath of the Wild.
Show off.
That's funny. Could have just peed on it.
He could have. Spit on it. So is that his grandpa?
I guess so.
In this trident resides the power of Atlantis.
Beautiful. It's not that dark and dingy Atlantis that we saw in Zack Snyder. Them niggas are swimming in fucking Detroit. That water looked like shit.
In the wrong hands.
This is dark and dingy. This water looks beautiful.
It would bring destruction. But in the hands of the true heir.
Zack Snyder had Aquaman swimming in Flint, Michigan, man.
Why would you break that? I guess we gotta find out why in the movie.
What?
Shouldn't we have written it down first?
I memorized it. Didn't you?
Oh, yeah, totally.
It looks good though,
What
the
did you
vibrant.
say?
That wasn't very funny, but the colors look good. Like her hair is popping and the red and
Yeah, I
the
feel like the
pop.
comedy's
Colors are
probably,
great.
The beast has awakened.
probably gonna fall flat with the comedy, but visually it looks
Time
good.
has come.
This is like the Killmonger
Atlantis to rise again.
version of Black Panther story. It feels like Black Panther's wild and we need you to come and help us. You know what I mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
This looks dope. This scene, I was so mad that I saw this. I wanted to see this in theaters, man.
Who the hell are you?
I love me some Black Panther.
Even the soundtrack to this part sounds dope.
Yeah, the scene where they're running, like they could save that. That's dope. CG looks a little off, but you know, still in production, fixing some stuff last week.
Listen to the soundtrack, even the music, like the heartbeat.
Zack Snyder mad as hell right now. he probably gonna type. He's like, in my follow-up Justice League movie, Aquaman died.
Get out! That's dope. The transition right there from the girl to Aquaman. Even the bad guys' costumes, that looks freaking great.
They have apartment complex.
Like these putty bad guys, these whatever bad guys, their costumes look great. I know, you know how much rent these people are probably paying? Shit, man, just blowing up the place.
That was awesome.
The war is coming to the surface. You are not going to win this.
So,
Billions will die unless you help
Showing
us.
way too much. It's the whole movie.
yeah, that's probably where she dies.
I'm no leader. I'm not a king.
Atlantis has always had a king.
Crap.
Now we need something more.
Real ass nigga with a shiny
Be greater
suit.
than a king.
A hero.
That battle scene looked like a dirty ass nigga's pubic hairs. Crabs just
Yo,
battling
man.
it up.
I can't wait for the Aquaman porn parody. That shit's gonna be funny.
Oh man, it looks good. I'm happy for DC. I finally got one or two. Shazam looks good too, so they're on the right path, hopefully.
Now, do you like the comic book accuracy of the costume, or is that
Yeah, no, I love it because this whole shit's, to me, Aquaman's always been corny, so it matches up with the corniness. You know, the costume looks good. It looks like what I would imagine it looking like. Did they need to make it 3D, like a fucking Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds costume?
Mm-hmm.
No, but hopefully they have just a regular dope ass costume that's not in 3D also in the movie. Hopefully that's just for that scene where they just want to make it pop a little more. They do something like that. But
I think it could have been a little dingier. I kind of like the dinginess of the
older one.
Yeah, the one from the Justice League. But like, I do appreciate the comic book accuracy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy that just complains like blah blah blah. Wait, okay, I got confused.
No, I like it.
Off topic. I was reading my emails, and there was an email for a job, and the person that sent the email, it looked like their name was Harriet Tubman.
What?
But it's Harriet Tubmans or something like that. And the white woman. It just caught me off guard. I was like, what the hell? It's like the Underground Railroad's hitting me up? What's going on? I was like, did they find this? Yo, we're going to listen to your podcast, baby. We want you.
Join us.
Join us now. Join the railroad. Like in Fallout.
Yeah, exactly.
Join the railroad. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I had to bring that up. But yeah. The comic book accuracy of the costume looks dope. They nailed Black Manta.
He looks fucking amazing
visually.
And I'm not even a fan of Black Manta. You know what I mean? But seeing this, I was like, holy shit, that's the villain. He looks sick. Even his little putties, his little squad, they look dope too.
Every lame squad's always a putty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. No, the movie, I'm just kind of mad because I'm going to see the movie. I'm already mentally invested in it, so I didn't need to see all this. I was happy to see it in the theater, but I couldn't stop watching it. I was like, turn it off, Casey, turn it off. I couldn't do it. I was like, fuck it. Let me just keep this thing running.
There he got you, so you gotta keep
They got me. Yeah. But I'm gonna be pissed when I actually pay the money and see it in theaters and we done seen all the cool parts in this trailer right here.
I feel like they'll hold some stuff back because part of the mystery with this film, there's 7 underwater kingdoms, and the 7th kingdom they haven't told people which one that is yet. They're saving that for the end of the film. So
that's probably the one that's all glass and clean looking.
I told you, man, it's Detroit. They're gonna go to Detroit and see Zack Snyder there. He'll be like, I got a new script.
Nope, get out. Nope,
everybody dies.
Push him out.
All a dream. Batman gets raped. Batman gets raped. Yo, I got into a big debate over that whole Batman getting raped thing. But that's what Zack Snyder said, though. Don't get mad at me. I'm gonna pull up the quote real quick because I had hella nerds come at me on. Shout outs to Blurred Vision because I was on his we're on this message board and we're talking about it. And here is the exact quote. I have it pulled up, and I want to hear your thoughts on it and what it sounds like to you. All right, so this is exactly what he says. Zack Snyder, 2008 Entertainment Weekly interview during Comic-Con.
Okay.
Everybody says that Batman Begins. Batman's dark. I'm like, okay, no, Batman's cool. He gets to go to Tibet monastery and be trained by ninjas. Okay. I want to do that, but he doesn't like get raped in prison. That could happen in my movie. If you want to talk about dark, that's how I would go. That's how that would go. Now, reading that, what does that sound like to you?
Sounds like he wants to take it to the furthest extent of what he can, but he didn't necessarily say he's about to get raped in a movie.
He's saying that he's willing to make it that dark.
Yeah, he's willing to take it there if he wants to, but he shouldn't even want to take it there.
Exactly. That's the point I was making. Like, nobody wants to see Batman ass out.
Yeah. That's
taking it in jail.
WB from that interview should have been like, well, hold on a second. What are you trying to do to like our mascot freaking our top dog of DC right now? What are you trying to do? Like, come on. Take it easy.
They hired them after that. They're just like, you know what? I like your vision. We're going to make you the helm of our entire universe. And
I'm sure they regret that now.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That movie just brought my energy down. Let's talk about this Aquaman costume. Because we didn't finish. So you do like it. I hope that it's just blinging and shiny like that because he goes to that glass looking place and then that's where he gets the costume in that
you mean glass looking place Atlantis?
It's in the trailer. It's the 7 different places and it looks like the one mystery place I think is that glass clean looking white area. I think he's going to get the costume there and it's shiny for a little while but then it tones down and it becomes the regular costume because they're not paying CG for him to be in a 3D costume the whole movie. That's a waste of budget. And they've learned in the past from that already. Hopefully they've learned.
Is it a CG costume? It looked like it was real.
It looks CG to me.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like a CG look at first, and then after they're going to tone it down later. But
it didn't look like Cyborg. It didn't look like his head was floating.
No, it didn't look that bad. It looked like a real costume, but they added like CG to give it a blingy, crystally look to it.
I'm okay with that.
I'm happy with it though. I'm happy that they're taking the chance, like they're actually using the costume from the comics, like, and they're not trying to just put him in a Costco friggin' winter coat. You know what I mean? and show tats the whole time. Like, I'm good with this. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, where does this take place? After what we saw in the Oh Lord,
this is
I didn't want to
after
say the
Justice
movie
League.
name. Yeah. After that, it's after Justice League. Okay.
Yeah, it's after Justice League. Yep. What'd you say about Kanye West?
I didn't say anything about Kanye West. You just want to throw Kanye into our podcast?
I thought you said something like Kanye West is gonna be in the movie. I was like, the fuck is he doing in Atlanta?
No.
Show him talking shit.
You just wanted to throw Kanye into the podcast.
Look,
like,
Atlanteans,
we haven't talked about Kanye yet, so let's throw him in.
Slavery was a choice.
I have not talked about Kanye in this podcast. We love you, Kanye. Get well, man. Holy shit.
I thought you said something about Kanye. I was like, what this nigga
No,
doing
I
in
did
Atlanta?
not.
I was like,
I am not talking about Kanye.
I was like, he out here being a gay fish out here swimming?
Oh, man.
Right. What else we have on our docket?
Let's go to the Krypton Season 2 first look. Since we're on looks and we're talking about DC Comics, then we'll go to the...
That's a good transition.
Yeah. So, yeah, Krypton Season 2 is coming. I did not watch Krypton Season 1. If you guys recommend it and think I should watch it, I'll check it out. But Season 2 is coming, and then Lobo is supposed to be in there. The bootleg Wolverine is going to make his debut in the cinematic, I guess, or TV world, you know?
Casey, I just thought of something. I'm going to bring this episode all together. This Lobo looks just like that dude that roundhouse kicked that woman in the shelter.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
He does, right?
That's what he does on his time off. He's like, yo, I do here, and I kick bitches in the face every once in a while if they come at me
even swole.
disrespectfully.
This guy looks like he needs a protein shake and some creatine in his life, man.
That's a low no.
This is a low no for sure. And does Lobo have dreads?
Yeah, he has like dirty dreads, but like Lobo looks more like.
When did Lobo have dreads?
In the newer renditions of him.
Oh, okay.
Lobo like looks like Jason Momoa, but he's already Aquaman, so they got to go with this bootleg guy right here.
Yeah, this guy's not doing it.
He looks like the dude that's in the gym making a bunch of damn noise and not doing nothing.
No gains. Looks like they painted on his abs and his chest too. Looks like they put some dark toner on there, some Rihanna makeup, you know, some Fenty makeup on him, on his chest.
He has a skull on his dick bulge, or
I don't know what. Yeah, he has the dick bulge. He just has a mask.
He's like, I'll bite you.
This is a low budget cosplay. I've seen cosplays way better than this Lobo. I don't know what they're thinking with this.
This Lobo look like he going to the free clinic, just coughing. I need my meds.
These fake ass dreads. This is some bullshit.
He look like he could be Herpes Man.
He got a
Herpes Man.
He got a
Red
Joe
ass
Budden.
eyes.
He got that Joe Budden vest on from Love and Hip Hop. Bored one of Joe Budden's vests. Nah, this is trash, man. They got to do better. Come on.
It's a TV show budget, man. That's the best they could get, man.
Dog, come on. Don't do that. Don't say that. Cosplayers who work at fucking Best Buy have better freaking costumes than this. Like, can't tell me about the budget. People making minimum wage doing better than this.
They lack the imagination that these cosplayers have.
And the passion.
That's why they need to hire some of these cosplayers to costume design for these shows.
Exactly. They're not respecting the culture. Like, they should be They should be hiring these people who are actually doing actual good work for free. Give them the opportunity, because like whoever's putting these costumes together don't like the culture of comics, don't respect the culture of what we're doing. You know what I mean? So they need to do better. This is a joke. This is a joke, man.
Transition. Robin actor who's playing Robin, the New Titans show, said that Batman kills in this universe.
Yep.
And that's why he leaves Batman and goes solo.
But he's running around with guns and killing people in the trailer, though.
Yeah, and from what people I've seen that spoke to that seen it early said that the show's very violent and they are killing people. So.
Yeah, but that's kind of
that hypocritical.
Yeah? Why would he bounce from Batman, go to Detroit, and murder people in Detroit?
Yeah, how come they're not in Bloodhaven?
I don't know.
Or San
Even
Francisco,
that was confusing.
or somewhere that the Titans might hang out. Nigga just went to Detroit. He's like, yo, Eminem, that new CD was fire, so I'm trying to live that kamikaze life.
Yeah, hey man, I'm gonna say this though. You gotta pay for the DC subscription to see this?
I do, but you don't.
Exactly. So I'm gonna check this motherfucker out. That is fucking bullshit. I'd be so mad if I was in the States right now. DC, what the fuck? Y'all dropped the ball. Am I gonna get Young Justice season 2 also like this, or the new Young Justice? Because I'm happy with that.
You might. I don't know. You lucky bastard.
Yeah, man, that's some bullshit. I'd be pissed. So I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna call you while I'm watching it. Like, this is some bullshit.
It's dumb, but I'm watching it for free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna see Dancehall Queen. I'm gonna see Vex Robin.
Dancehall Queen Starfire.
Yeah.
Really? They should play some Jamaican music when she shows up. Like, bonfire, starfire, bonfire, bonfire.
Hold on.
Fire fet.
Man.
I heard that the heart of the show right now is Beast Boy, but he barely has scenes in the first 3 episodes.
That's CGI budget, man.
Yeah, they're like, nigga, you turned into a cat. They're like,
he turned into the tiger in the trailer. That made me happy.
That's about it, man. He probably gonna be turned into some like a possum. he gonna be some household shit. Like,
he's gonna be turned into friggin' spray painted IKEA furniture. Nah, man, he's right there chilling. Like they can't afford to have him in the scene, so they're just gonna have green spray painted IKEA furniture. Just he's right there, bro. How you feel about this? He's like, he's good.
He's gonna be the most basic animal. So we're like, yo, we need you to infiltrate this facility. I got you, fam. He gonna turn into a green hamster. And
just spray painted green.
He's like, yo, I stole my daughter's hamster for this scene, so we're gonna spray paint this hamster.
Or he's gonna be a dog with green eyes that move like a movie that we've seen, except it's not green eyes. But you know what I mean? Some cheesy ass shit. Some low budget shit.
Hamster. He's gonna be a pigeon. They're gonna find a pigeon in Detroit and spray paint it.
Yep. Just fly it around. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out since I'm already paying for Netflix. Hey, why not?
Yeah, it must be nice.
Drop the ball. Drop the ball on that DC.
Transition. Let's go. Let's go ahead and do this. Fuck it. I was waiting, but we're gonna do this. Speaking of dropping the ball, let's talk about. Let's drop the trailer for Venom.
Let's
get into our Venom discussion.
I'm Eddie Brock. I'm a reporter. I always seem to find myself questioning something the government may not be looking at. I found something really bad. And I have been... Eddie. Who said that? Taken.
Look around at the world. What do you see? A planet on the brink of collapse. Human beings are disposable. But man and symbiote combined. This is a new race, a new species. A higher life form.
What do you want from me?
You'll find out.
I'm so sorry. We cannot just hurt people.
Look into my eyes, Eddie. The way I see it. We can do whatever we want.
VENOM. Yo, this movie blew me away, man. It was like so unexpected the way they hit it out the park without even having Parker. How the fuck they pulled this off?
Whew, I like that. That's some bars right there. You're dropping bars. Hit it out the park without Parker.
Yeah, man. I was watching this movie like the trailers are trash, the jokes weren't hitting, but when you see it all together and they explain his story and the way it's going, when the jokes happen, I was laughing. The crowd was laughing. I was like, yo, what the hell? How'd you feel about this?
I love the relationship between Eddie Brock and his girlfriend. The chemistry was spot on.
So you agree with me? Yo, this is crazy that we both actually agree on this.
I loved it, man. The
oh my god,
development was so deep.
It was.
Like, yo, I'm seeing this man break as a person and become a villain and fight that inner demon.
Yeah, and it made sense to why he was actually the way he was and why Venom and him worked together. They did it in a better way than what they did in the cartoon, which we all loved. You know, the way Venom comes in there and the actual comic. They did it better.
The villain, Riot?
Yeah, the Riot.
his motivation was so deep.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was dope.
He's like, yo, I'm trying to bring my family here.
Yeah.
Said, nigga, I got family too. Oh my god. I was sold. Oh. Whew. Venom did it, man.
Yo, it's a movie. It might be a comic book movie of the fall for sure. I know it broke records. The year. Woo! Yeah, the CG was amazing. So if you guys want to go see the movie, the CG is amazing. It's very clear to who's who when the fight scenes are happening. I was not confused at all. All the actors did a phenomenal job.
Tom Hardy's Terrence Howard impersonation, man, like I loved it. Like I was like, yo, he's like battling within himself.
I don't know if it was
and who he is as a person.
It was like a Woody Allen like mix with Terrence Howard. I don't know how the hell he pulled it off, but it worked. I was like, holy shit.
8.7 out of 10.
Nah, man, 9.5, bro. 9.5.
9. Go see this movie.
Go
I
see
shed a tear at the end.
Go see it 3D.
We are Venom. I was like, yo, I am Venom too, bro.
Yeah, go see it in 3D. I saw it in 3D.
I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills, Casey.
It was definitely worth it.
I'm getting chills.
I'm gonna go see it again after this podcast. I ain't gonna front.
I'm getting chills, guy.
Actually, am I gonna front? Are we fronting right now?
Ah, shit!
Movie shit, bro. We gotta laugh right now, cause if we laugh, we're gonna cry. Cause man, they broke my motherfucking heart.
Stupid.
I was insulted. Shit. I was insulted. This movie I watched this movie with many hats. Like I watched it with the view of a person who knows nothing about Venom, a person who knows Venom and loves the character, and just a movie at its basic form. And it was bad all across the board. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't... I was trying to watch it like, alright, this is just an action movie, and it has nothing to do with Marvel. Cool. Let me just put that back and act like I don't know nothing about Venom. Are they gonna pull it off? Man, what the fuck were they doing?
It's just, to me, it was just a corny-ass cash grab of a film. It was like those early 2003, 2004 Marvel movies like Daredevil.
It wasn't even good, like, in from there. The only thing they pulled off in the movie was the size of Venom. Like, his actual depth of the look of him. But even in some points in the movie, it was like, no, they don't really look like Venom. You know what I mean? But there were some points where it was like, that's fucking Venom. When he first, becomes what we know as Venom. But that made no sense whatsoever. But the movie was just a mess, man.
Let's start with each character. So we have Tom Hardy doing his best as Eddie Brock. To me, it seems like he was fighting with the accent. At times, he's acting like I've seen reviewers even say he's acting like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. I see that because even before he gets the Venom in him, he's really frantic and antsy, and he's doing this like New Yorker accent that sounds similar to it sounds like Terrence Howard to me. He's just, I'm Eddie Brock, man. I'm a like they go through like a cheesy montage like where he's a reporter, and they show you on this motorcycle and he's just going to site to site. He's like, I got questions, man. I'm a reporter, man. I got these hard-hitting questions. I'm like, are you about to suck his dick for crack? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell. He seemed like he was all over the place with his characters, who he was supposed to be before he even got into the whole Venom situation. Because he seemed so timid and so like aggressive at some points. It was like, who is he trying to be? And even like the opening scene with him and his girlfriend, that didn't work for me. The chemistry, I was like, what she's a fucking asshole. Like, she just hits him in the face with a pillow to wake him up. I'd be pissed, man.
Yo,
what shit is that?
This Venom acts like to me, the vibe he has with the timid and the antsy. I was like, yo, I was waiting for him to be like, my name's Eddie Brock and I'm a sexual predator. That motherfucker was weird. I was just like, who is this guy? Why does he act like that?
You saw Terrence Howard. I saw Woody Allen, like the way he was like, so let me ask you a question about like his awkward character. Like, I just saw that Woody Allen, man. It didn't work for me.
So if you're going in for the buff dude bro Eddie Brock, he's not here. All right. And that's cool. I could deal with a different imagining of a character if they could develop that character and have story and character development and stuff that makes sense. This guy has no character development. He's antsy and weird before Venom goes in there, and then when Venom's in there, he's even more antsier and weirder.
Yeah, like it has a part where he's the neighbor's being an asshole, playing music really loud, and he wants to tell him to turn it down. And the guy's like, "Man, fuck you!" And then he slams the door on him, and he like flexes at the door and like doing all this shit. I'm like, I was like, "The fuck is this? Like, what the fuck was that?" I was like, "Man, this is so dumb." Like,
it's
did
like
they watch this?
13-year-old kid wrote this script. This is some shit I would write as a kid and be like, haha. And then he closes the door, and then Venom calls him a pussy because he ain't have the balls to do real nigga shit.
Yeah, I was
it's like a 13-year-old wrote this shit.
The thing is, the crowd that I was watching with this with, like, not like the whole people in the theater, I don't know, but people were laughing at the jokes and shit. I was like, I was laughing at the parts that weren't supposed to be funny, but I was just like, this is so trash. It's funny, you know what I mean? But they were actually hitting the jokes. I was confused.
There's a scene where he goes to a restaurant, antsy as hell, sweating.
Yeah, like a crackhead.
Yeah, like a crackhead. This dude's like just doped out. He's just like, man, I don't know what's going on with me, man. And he jumps into a lobster tank and starts eating raw lobster. I was like, what kind of slapstick comedy bullshit is this?
Yeah, when he ate the garbage and the chicken in the garbage and he's throwing up and shit, I was like, this is just don't make no sense. This is just foolishness, man.
It's just corny. It's just a bunch of gags and stuff. I was like, what part of this Venom was an anti-villain? Like an anti-hero? He'll eat like the bad guys' heads, but like Venom was like a straight up asshole bad guy. This guy's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's not at all.
He's not bad.
Venom wasn't bad at all in this movie, to be honest.
He's a weirdo. Like he might be a sexual predator because that's the vibes I get from him. but his antsy and weirdness, like if they were to check his phone, they might find child porn on there. That motherfucker's weird. I don't know why he's so sweaty, unless he's on that Bruno Mars Coke diet. He's just sweating all the damn time. There's just like sweat all over the collar of his shirt. He's antsy.
We talked about the bad and the ugly. Let's try to find the good in this turn. You know what I mean? I like.
Oh, I'm not done.
I know. I just want to say some positives. I did like the camera angles that they used in San Francisco, where it was on an angle and they were walking up the hill, and like they had the nice still motion camera moving up. I'm really looking for positives. You know what I mean? Like, but I like that. The camera angles, the shaky cam when he was in the apartment and he was tripping out. I like the way they did that. That looked pretty dope. I liked, some of the camera angles are cool. Some parts of the 3D look really cool. I don't want to get into spoilers with that yet, but some parts of the 3D look trash. And I don't understand how they could have a movie and some of it look so nice and cool and some look so trash. But that's some of the positives that I saw in this movie. The pacing was okay too. The pacing was good because like it did move, even though it made no sense sometimes. The pacing was kind of trash too. Yeah, there's not much good, man.
What I like? I liked how Venom's face looked.
For some parts of it, yeah.
With the tongue and everything, like I was like, okay, that's Venom, even though it doesn't have the Spider-Man logo. I was just like, okay. Real talk, bullshit aside, what Sony should have did, because clearly they want an anti-hero. They want to do slapstick comedy. They don't want to have Spider-Man involved, so they can get they can maximize as much money without sharing with Marvel. They should have did a Flash Thompson Agent Venom. That would have made more sense than what we got here. That way they have an anti-hero who's not really that bad.
Isn't he in... He's in the Spider-Man universe, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember him in the film, though.
Is he in...
I don't remember him in Homecoming.
Not in Homecoming?
Yeah, I don't remember Flash. He could have been in the background, but Sony could have been like, it's his cousin. They could change the name. They do shit like that. So I'm just saying, like, they could have went the Agent Venom approach if this is the end product that they wanted with an anti-hero. Because that way, they could have Agent Venom and then just build a universe where Agent Venom is fighting these different villains.
Mm-hmm.
But what they're doing now is we have whoever the hell this guy is, because this ain't Venom. This ain't Eddie Brock. I don't know who this guy is. This is their own version of Eddie Brock.
Yeah, I was so excited when I heard that Tom Hardy was going to be a part of this movie, and then he's not even... Like, when they first said he was going to be Venom a year and a half ago, I was like... I had no hope in this movie, but then when he, like, came in, I was like, oh shit, this might be something real, something serious. But man, I was wrong.
He's really trying, though. He's really giving it his all.
He was doing his thing for some parts of the movie, you know what I mean? But man, it's just a shame, man. It's like the day and age that we're in for comic movies. You gotta be knocking it out the park, or you can't be mediocre at all. It's just trash.
Yeah, this is a step back in comic book films. Like, I see people giving this movie a pass, and I'm just like, you give this a pass and you have it make a bunch of money, Sony's gonna be like, hell yeah, they like mediocre shit. Here's Silver Sable and Black Cat.
Well, this movie actually broke records. It's the best selling theater comic movie in October in history. So that's telling.
Ta-da!
So it did like 80 million in just the weekend, and internationally I think it did 125 mil. So what they're seeing number wise is like, hey, we might have actually pulled it off, because I'm not sure that their budget is. I'll check what their budget is, but it did pretty damn good. They made their money back and then some.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter if it's critically panned, they're gonna make money. Like, the critics go in on Fast and Furious, but they keep making money. But yeah. Fast and Furious are enjoyable and entertaining. Like, this movie, I'm not gonna say I didn't have fun. I was laughing, but I know I have a soft spot for stupid films. I like dumb shit.
Yeah, but this was just kind of insulting. So yeah, they made their yeah, they did pretty good. The budget was 100 million, and they did 80 in like 1 or 2 days. So probably by the time this podcast comes out, they'll be clearly over 100 million. And internationally, it did 125 million. So they already made the money back internationally. And just in America, they did so they made their money back and then some already. So
all right, let's go back into character. So his girlfriend in the film is played by Michelle Williams. She has this terrible blonde wig on. They have zero chemistry, to the point where I thought that was his sister or cousin before like she kissed him. I was like, okay.
I can't wait to get into spoilers about her, man. But yeah,
we'll get there.
Yeah.
We got Raz Ahmad playing Carlton Drake / Riot. Very one-dimensional villain. Riot. It's kind of random how he shows up, and his motivations are very just bland and dumb.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those I want to take over the world.
He's like an Elon Musk version, you know?
Man, when I think of like evil Elon Musk, I think of like Norman Osborn, character with some depth and stuff. This guy was just like, yo, I want to do this. Why are you doing that? Because I want to.
He's like, you're not smart enough, you won't understand.
You don't understand, bro. I'm on a different wavelength, bro.
Yeah,
but just a little lazy. Like, his motivations are really lazy. You don't know why he's doing what he's doing that for. Like, what drove him to that point where he's like, yeah, I need to take this extreme route. Nope, you don't know. You just know that he's bad because they told you he's bad, and follow that. One thing I noticed in this film, the security for his building is terrible.
Oh, trash
security. Like, Eddie Brock walks into his like. This guy's like let's say he has the what's his name, Elon Musk company. Like, it's supposed to be like super secure. He's working on all these different experiments.
Yeah.
Eddie Brock basically just waltzes in there. Somebody else waltzes in there. It gets to a point where a little blonde white girl waltzes into the building.
Yeah. And that building looks like a James Bond villain place. Anyway, it's like, how the hell are you just walking in there? But oh man, I don't know. Shout out to the security for Eddie Brock's building that he was working at. Emilio Rivera, the dude from Sons of Anarchy and Mayans.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
It was good to see him in in more roles, because he's a good actor.
Okay, so what else could I pull from? I'm trying to find good things to talk about.
Yeah, easy, man. Easy.
The
San Francisco looks nice.
Yeah, it looks nice. There's the second after credit scene's really cool.
Yeah.
To me, it was like Sony saying, "Sorry, we got something better on the way."
I did a quick Google search of what it's gonna be, and I didn't stay for that. And I was like, "Nah, wait, I'm good." So without spoilers, yeah. So I watched the first one, the one, but Scott Hayes, the security chief, this guy got a lot more camera time than I thought. He looks look kind of like Bill Burr. I don't know if you know who that is, but.
You and your Bill Burr, man.
Yeah, well, that's why he looks like him. Yeah, I do, actually.
Now let's talk about.
Sabotage me? You buy me a poster to make fun of me on the podcast?
I guess I bought you the poster, Casey. All right, now, let's talk about Venom and his characteristics. So, when Venom first shows up, like, he's on some like Shakespeare in the Park poetic speech pattern, like, "Oh, excellent, triumphant." And then out of nowhere, he just becomes a straight nigga, just like, "Who's this motherfucker?" And then he calls Eddie Brock a pussy. He's like, "You pussy." Oh.
This is Tom Hardy actually voiced Venom also.
Yeah, he voiced Venom.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
But there's so many plot holes in this film. There's a part where Venom's in his mind and he's like, I know all your thoughts. And then he sees somebody and he's like, who's that person? I'm like, you know his thoughts.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
the hell's going on here?
I don't know, man. At first he was like, I see everything you see. I know everything you know. And trying to be all mysterious and all this shit. And yeah, I guess he was just trying to ting. You know, like trying to finesse Brock. He was trying to finesse Brock.
There's a point in the movie where Venom's like, look, man, on my planet, I ain't shit. I'm a fucking loser just like you.
Yeah. That was the best part.
When that happened, I was just like, yo,
I cracked up, man. I was laughing at that. That was hilarious. That should have been had a more shining moments in the movie.
Was that ever in the comics? I know. Let's talk about the comic book mythos.
Not to my knowledge, no. That was not.
That Venom's like, yo, man, I'm a fucking loser on my planet. So
I thought, yeah, that should have been. We'll get into spoilers with that, but I don't remember that in the comics. But you know, this is very different because they don't have the Spider-Man backbone to rely on for this narrative, so they had to like do things independently of the Spider-Man universe. So
comic book aside, if this was not Spider-Man comic book related, and this is just a loser who gets another loser symbiote,
it worked. That worked for me.
Would that work?
That worked for me. When I saw this in the theater, I was like, "Oh, it's hilarious. Okay, that works." This was like a buddy cop. This was a buddy cop movie, kind of. You know what I mean?
They just went the wrong route. They should have just did Flash Thompson if they wanted to do this goofy slapstick comedy anti-hero. Like that would work perfectly with Flash Thompson. You have the oh man, you're gonna get the veterans because he goes to war and his legs get, I think they're amputated or something like that. And then the Venom suit like gives him his legs back. So bam, you got the troops involved. You can do comedy and stuff because Flash is goofy. You have that anti-hero. Bam, you have a whole universe with Flash Thompson, Agent Venom. Yeah, they could just do that, Sony. That's what you wanted to do.
They can do that later on if they want to.
Because I don't know who the hell this person is. This is not Eddie Brock. This is like cokehead, Terrence Howard, Woody Allen Brock. Sexual predator. I told you, check his phone. Check his phone. You're gonna see some shit on there. Eddie?
Even coming out of this, like not pretending not to know anything about Venom, like the reasoning for why they had to get into the situations to make Eddie Brock be who he is was so shitty. Like I was like, what? Man's really just doing this right now? That's some insecure girlfriend shit. You know, like the way he was like, I was like, even like, why did he move the laptop so he didn't have to keep turning his back while he's on it? You know what I'm saying? That was so trash. Like the way that they do things, like the explanation to why, like they're like, oh, I can move my legs. I couldn't move my legs before. Like we could see that. You don't have to say it out loud. Do you know what I mean?
I do like that. I do like when he was all mangled up and the Venom symbiote. Oh, I think they changed that part because in the trailer they were saying symbiote, but in the movie they said symbiote.
Yeah. But no, they did it. They showed a scene, and then clearly he was okay off of that, and then they did something else again, and then he was like, he had to give what's going on, like he had to spell it out for the crowd. It was like, you done seen it happen.
I'm healing. My hand is getting fixed.
Yeah.
What is the sensation on my body?
Exactly. That's trash. That's trash.
2003 Daredevil.
Yeah, man. What else could we say about this shitstorm?
The editing is really bad. There'll be a scene where he'll walk into a building, he'll talk to somebody for like 2 minutes, like daytime. He walks out, it's like pitch black. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's true.
That's a long ass conversation y'all had.
Yeah.
It's choppy as hell. I don't know who did the editing. Probably the same 13-year-old that did the writing, cause it is choppy. This is clearly a money grab, and Sony's winning. They won.
And it worked, man.
It worked, and they won.
I'm ashamed with myself for going to see this. Should have ski masked this motherfucking man. Shit.
They pulled on our heartstrings. They know we love Venom.
Yeah.
They know that you're like, you know, people saw the critics' reviews. Fuck the critics. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna see it anyways. Fuck them. And then Sony's like, yeah, fuck them. Go see it. Yeah. Yeah, give me that coin, baby.
But at least like the reviews that came out before, like it softened the blow a little bit, because I would have really been pissed off if I didn't see anything before this and I didn't get to brace myself before. But I was cheesed though in the week. I'm not gonna lie, because I done pre-ordered my tickets on like the Wednesday, and that's when the reviews came out, and I was like, "Fuck!" I got the tickets. But I did use some scene points, so I got one free ticket. So I was like, you got me.
Now somebody put that Chris O'Hara played astronaut J.J. Jameson in the film. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was right at the beginning. They said like, oh, he's JJ's still alive or something like that.
Okay,
remember the beginning part?
Yeah, I remember when it crashed. I was like,
and then I don't want to get into spoilers, but I think they were just trying to cover up everything that they could. Like they were like, do we own that rights to that name? Yeah, throw it in there so we could put our hand on it and be like, tag, we got it. You know what I mean? To Marvel.
Because they did say, they're like, hey, he worked at the Daily Globe, but they didn't say the Daily Bugle. So it's just
yeah,
like, okay.
Yeah,
like, he got fired.
Yeah,
because they paint this picture of Eddie Brock being this edgy reporter. He's badass because he wears a leather jacket and rides a motorcycle.
And he's kind of semi-popular in the city. Like people know who he is.
It's just so generic, beat by beat, like 90s shit. Like, oh, he's a badass. Give him a bike and a leather jacket so the audience knows how cool he is. And
I feel like
a segment where him driving his motorcycle from one scene to the next, interviewing people.
I feel like this script was written like 02 or something, and then they finally okayed it now, and they're like, yo, we still got that script that we had. Yeah, put it out. Let's get that going before we can't do it. Let's finally do that passion project. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, did they use cell phones in this movie?
Yeah, he would record stuff on his cell phone. He dropped his cell phone at some place in the film, but honestly, I already told you.
I don't remember them making a call, being like, yo, get out of there, something's happening. You know what I mean?
That is true. He didn't use it for stuff like that. No.
I don't remember them using cell phones for crucial situations. I remember for recording stuff. Yeah, that's true. I feel like honestly, the script was written back then.
Could be, and they just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, what do we got? Let's look in the docket. Oh, we got a Venom. Yo, shit, write it. Get it out there quick before we lose the contract. You know, like something like that.
Now, everybody wants to see this Venom potentially square up with a Carnage. Are you invested with this Venom, and do you want to see that battle take part possibly in the future?
Going off of what I see with the trailers, because I'm not doing no spoilers for this, I am not, because we already see that two Venoms of some sort fight each other in this movie. So it's not going to be as epic to see the actual two original symbiotes go at it. It's not going to be as epic. So no, I'm not excited. Are you?
Now the fight scene with the two Venoms, it was hard to follow.
But when
how they wrap everything up is also done very poorly. It's just one of those convenient things where they're just like, all right, we got to we're running short on time, so let's just wrap this up, because the movie's long. Movie's a good 2 hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't know if I already said it, but Tom Hardy said like the movie's supposed to have extra 40 minutes that he liked, and they took it out. His favorite part of the movie they took out. He said.
I clocked myself. I was looking at the watch at an hour and 16 minutes. That's when I saw the full Venom costume.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I felt like everything I saw in the trailer was the whole movie. Beat by beat. He gets the Venom suit. He's on the motorcycle. He fights Riot. The end. If you want to go from one, that's like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And then at the last bit of the commercial, they show you him as Venom in the convenience store, and he bites that dude. That's the end of the film. They show you the movie beat by beat in the trailer. Each act.
Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil anything for anybody, but...
Spoiler, watch the trailer. That's the whole movie.
Yeah. Don't go see this movie, in my opinion. Don't bother going to see this movie.
The scene where he's on the motorcycle and you see the black Venom slime like pull him onto the motorcycle and he's just flying in the sky. Mm-hmm. That was bro. I busted out laughing. I was like, ah!
I was like, this is the corniest shit of, like, what the fuck? And nah, man, this can't be it.
The motorcycle chase.
I thought that was 10 minutes into the movie from the trailer. Man,
that's an hour and 12 minutes. I kept watching my watch a lot.
That was way in there though. I was like, this can't be.
That to me was reminiscence to Daredevil's fight scene in the playground with Elektra in the movie in 03.
Yeah.
Where she just started fighting him in the playground in front of kids for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that chase scene felt.
We should just jump
arguing with Venom. He's just like, help me, bro. I got you, bro. I got my slime coming up the side of your arm. That was some Green Lantern shit.
Okay, let's get into spoilers. But before that, what would you say about this movie? What would you rate it? I don't like doing number ratings, but what would you?
I always give number ratings. The comic book fan in me gives it a 5 out of 10, but the asshole in me that loves stupid shit for shits and giggles gives it a 6. You can get drunk and watch this. And laugh.
Yeah.
It's not like completely terrible, but it's not great. Honestly, when people are comparing it to Catwoman, I didn't see that. But when I re-examined the film, it makes sense because they reinvented Catwoman in the Catwoman movie. They gave her a different name and everything. They might as well gave this guy a different name because this wasn't Eddie Brock. They gave you their own version of Eddie Brock. It's a generic corporation she's fighting. He's fighting some generic corporation.
Yeah.
Do a generic ass battle at the end. Corny ass jokes. So yeah, it's like a slapstick comedy, and it's afraid to get too dark.
Under the circumstances of them not having the whole Marvel MCU backing them for story-wise, and it being a PG-13 movie for them wanting to make money off of this, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not a good movie at all, but it's a fun, stupid-ass movie that you're going to watch and be like, why did they do that? And you'll be laughing at stuff I don't know if you're supposed to be laughing at, but has some parts where it's like, what? I wouldn't say watch this in theaters. I don't think you even necessarily have to see this movie. This movie can come and go, and it's very forgettable. But I would say if it goes on Netflix or get it however you can get it, I would check it out like that. But as a comic book fan, this is insultingly bad, and Sony, you should do better. You should know better than this.
They don't care. They want that money. They're like, yo, we have a dope-ass Spider-Man game. We'll give you a mediocre-ass Venom film. Y'all niggas like Venom. Here you go. You know what's ironic?
They should give it a 2. I give it a 2 out of 10 as a comic book fan.
You know what's some real irony? People that went to the movie to see Venom with the Venom shirt with that Spider-Man logo. You ain't gonna see that bitch.
Throw that hoodie on, man. Throw that hoodie on after.
You went out there with that logo on your shirt. You ain't seeing that shit.
Yo, I walked in and they had posters and they just ran out of the posters, and I was like, I asked the guy, like, you guys gonna get more? And he's like, yeah, no, don't worry, I'll run and grab some more and put them here for when everybody's leaving. And then when we were leaving, I was like, fuck, man, let me just exit to the top. I don't even care about the posters no more. The posters look nice too, but I was like, nah, man.
This movie is this year's Suicide Squad.
Oh man, I don't know. Suicide Squad was a bit better than this movie, man.
You know how divisive Suicide Squad was? Like, people left and like, it's not that bad, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, I enjoyed Suicide Squad more than this. This was insultively bad for a comic book fan. Yeah, this was insultively bad. I'm gonna create a post.
I wanna hear everybody's opinion. What was better, Suicide Squad or Venom?
Like, Suicide Squad had its problems, but at least it had some things where it was like, okay, this is pretty good, this is dope. But it just fell apart. This was like it didn't even catch a landing. Like, it just, from when the ship hit the ground, it hit the floor. The movie was just a mess. Come on, you know it's true.
No, it was corny from start to. I went with my dad and I kept looking at him at times, and he would just shake his head, and I was just like, "Hey, it's a movie pass, it's free."
My girl was on her cell phone after a while. She was like, "This is not making any sense." Until like Venom came after, she's like, "Oh, okay." But then she was like, "Why is this happening?" You know, like, I was like, "Babe, I don't know. I don't know."
Drop the spoilers down.
Oh, hold on. Some positive things. I did like seeing. When he was Venom and he was blocking the bullets, it reminded me of like Marvel vs. Capcom, the fighting game, how he makes the big shield. I like the way he did that. That looked pretty cool. I like the way they did the little tricks with his costume that matched the fighting games or the movies, how he stomps around, how he's more heavy than Spider-Man is when he's climbing the buildings. That looked pretty dope. Like, those things were Venom.
Oh, man, you just brought back a bad memory. There's like a part in the movie where he's not even full Venom. And he's like climbing up trees and shit, and he's not even freaked out. He's just like, yo, I'm climbing trees. It's just so corny.
Yeah.
It reminded me of what's that? Wolverine Origins. Oh my god, yes.
Origins is like still better than this though.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like, what are you talking about?
He's running through a tree and he's just like, what's going on with me? And he's not even full Venom. He's just like breaking through trees and climbing, and he's not even freaked out. He's just like, must have some really good adrenaline going through my body right now.
Alright, y'all hear that? Y'all know what it is already. We getting into it. Right. Spoilers, baby. Where you want to begin?
Oh no, man. We started. Just people are like, I'm not mad about this movie, but the more I think about it, it starts getting me mad.
I thought it was cool. It was stupid, but I thought it was cool seeing the female Venom when she came and she was female Venom. But it was dumb and cheesy the way they passed the Venom over to the other person. I thought it was dumb the way Riot could control people and he like had full control of their bodies. That was dumb, and he just knew how to get on the plane to get to San Francisco, and he's an alien who, it's like he came all the way from.
Why did it take him so long? It took him like 6 months just to get over there.
I thought the 6-month jump was stupid. Like 6 months?
That nigga got lost. He must have been flying with Southwest. I don't know what happened to him.
Man, that was dumb. I thought it was. Oh man, the girl certainly like. Yo, he went from a nice ass place in San Francisco, and you don't know the fucking rent must be crazy there.
Oh yeah.
So like, it looked like guys were just dating the girl to get free rent. Like the new dude was like, she replaced him quick, and he was like, so he's in the apartment too. Like he was more vexed that he lost the apartment than he lost her.
Damn right. He living that rough life. He's like, yo, would the cat at least let me in the house? Like, damn.
He's like, yo, I'll pay some rent here, yo. I'm not trying to stay in the spot I'm at. Oh man,
he was living that thug life.
Riot looked like trash.
I don't even know Riot like that. I had to research who Riot was like last week.
Me too.
Like, I'm just like, yo, if you're gonna do Venom, just go hard. Like, go ahead and just give us Carnage.
Because that battle, like when they did the thing at the end, I was like, man, they're showing Woody Harrelson at the end. Like, this is what the movie should have been. Like, the Venom should have came by itself off of the dude's costume, the way they had him at the beginning. The way it is in the cartoon, which was kind of cool. You know what I mean? They had everything working for them. Should have came off the thing. He's reporting. He comes. He gets the reporting thing. It sticks onto him because he's more biologically fit. And dude's dying. You know what I mean? Like, they could have just did that. And then Carnage is the bad guy. We don't need this elitist, evil Elon Musk situation at all. Could have just been like a bit falls off of him when he gets injured by like bullets hitting him or something. I don't know. Vibrations. And that's how Woody Harrelson becomes Carnage. And then we get the big epic battle at the end with both one's red and one's black. You know what I mean?
What they could have did also to incorporate like Spider-Man without him being there is like him reading like a paper about the Daily Bugle, and it shows like he got fired, and you see another article with like Parker on there, and he's on the plane, and then the Venom symbiote's probably like in his bag, and he didn't know it's in his bag. They could have did some shit like that.
Okay, with the comic books, he goes to San Francisco because him and Spider-Man agree. He's like, okay, we can't keep doing this. I'm not going to kill you. You're not going to beat me. I keep outsmarting you, basically. So it's really stupid in the comics. But he agrees, like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to San Francisco and do my own thing. That's basically the origin of why Venom gets his own comic books. That's how they built it from there. Which is kind of cheesy. But it's Lethal Protector. That's the first Venom comic.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, it looks dope though. Todd McFarlane created the character, you know, but this was a mess though. Like, okay, he's in San Francisco, but he was Venom in New York before. They made it like this whole thing was a mess where he gets the powers in San Francisco, and I don't know. They could have just had him be Venom in New York and then dip out to be Venom and dip out to San Francisco.
Just end the movie, like have it as an elsewhere story where he's already Venom. And he's going to San Francisco for the first time, and you're just seeing him like transition from New York to San Francisco and deal with Carnage. I don't need to see an origin of that. Like, nigga,
he should have been Venom. He should have been Venom in San Francisco already, and then something happens while he's reporting, and someone's like, "Yo, that's that dude Eddie Brock. You left New York because of something," you know? And he's like, "Oh, fuck the New York," you know, something like that.
Yeah.
And he's already, and then something happens where his suit breaks off, and it's like, and that's how dude in jail gets it, and then wreaks havoc, and it's like murders are happening. He's like, what the hell's going on? He's reporting these murders, some slimy thing, and it's not him, but somebody's doing it, and it looks just like him on camera. I don't know. That would have been way better.
Every comic book movie doesn't need to be origin story. You can start with the character pre-established.
Yeah.
Like Blade was in the origin story. That deal's already killing. They showed you flashbacks.
He walked up in the club.
Walked up in the club and started whooping ass.
Yeah, it's like, yo.
That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah. If you want to know the origin, buy the comic book.
Buy a book. Like, I don't know why they feel the need. Like, we need to show Peter Parker getting bit by a spider again. We have to show you Venom. Like, even though Venom's a new character for some people, like, just start him as a pre-established Venom. And if you want to learn more, read a damn book.
Yeah, let him hit the ground running.
Damn, man.
Not hit the ground and crash like the spaceship did from the
he
beginning.
hit the ground like a damn drunk, and he just got up. He's like, where the fuck am I?
Then he jumped in dirty water with friggin' lobsters in it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What movie are we watching right now? I was thinking Will Ferrell was gonna pop out and be like, oh, we're going streaking! You know, I was like, what is this movie? This is a mess. I was like, the slapstick comedy was trash in this. I wasn't even laughing at that. I was laughing at how the like dark shit was supposed to be like bad, but it was actually like bad. You know, like in a.
I enjoyed him eating the heads and like when he'll eat somebody's head, but he only did it like twice.
I was hoping Venom was gonna be like a young, like the actor was Tom Hardy, but Venom, the alien, the symbiote, was gonna be young and immature kind of, and he was gonna be like, nah, you can't be doing that, like how they ended the movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be young and like a 13-year-old girl who got dumped by Peter Parker. That's why he hates Peter Parker. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. You get what I'm saying in that storyline, but they can't use that. So at least let him still be kind of like a dumb like symbiote who's like, okay, sorry, I didn't know we didn't have to be like that. Like I'm learning, you know. So it's like, but they just did it on a route where it's like, man, nah, it's a mess. Because I like the way he was trying to be like all like, I see your thoughts. I'm all over you. I am you. I'm your master now at first. But then after he's like, nigga, I ain't shit either, man. Fuck, bro. Y'all got tacos here? And I'm staying. You know, like, I thought that was funny. I was like, all right, that works for me. That's hilarious. But because I know they didn't have nothing off the original story to work with. So they had to throw something out there. So that worked.
Venom a loser.
Yeah, and Eddie Brock's a loser, so it worked. But like when you're seeing Riot pass from person to person easy, I was like, what the fuck? How come Venom can't just do that shit too? Like, or the other symbiotes, how come they're having so much trouble?
They kind of make it seem like Venom like wanted to have sex with like Eddie Brock. Like he's like, I found my perfect match, and I ain't getting rid of you. Like I like this.
So there's 4 symbiotes. One dies, one's yellow, one is Venom, and one is Riot, right? Mm-hmm. What happens to the yellow one? They're saving the yellow one to be Carnage, and he's going to be a yellow Carnage in the second movie?
I don't know. Carnage is supposed to be red, so I really don't know what they're.
You remember, right? You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so like
didn't they have a blue-looking one? They had like a
that
blue
one died. That's the one they were using to test people.
Okay, yeah, because they killed the girl with that, who was she was a plot device. She's like, hey, I'm gonna get you from point A to point B, and I'm gonna die.
She's actually a comedian, and I think I can't remember the show right now. I don't know.
Yeah, Jenny Slade. Yeah, she's from Parks and Rec, and
she's actually a pretty funny comedian. So I don't know why they didn't use her properly at all. And the way she died was so trash. She's like, no, stop.
And guys.
And then it just cut scene. Like, is she dead? Did the thing eat her? Like, it didn't even show it attached to her.
It was an off-screen death.
Yeah, I was like, this is dumb. But shit, man, this movie's a shit. Man. They could have done so much things better. The dog getting the symbiote with Venom in the dog. That was stupid. And then it just shows the girl. Like, okay, the blue Venom, the blue thing that killed the comedian girl. How come that thing didn't go through the ventilation? They didn't have an understanding of its whole, how it works at all in that place. They just put it in a glass.
Because the 13-year-old that wrote the script didn't like that idea, okay? So,
yeah, I was like, wait, why didn't the blue one escape? If it's dying, you think it would find a place to get out? Venom figured it out pretty quick. When they're like, the doctor turns his back. And okay, Venom's going to wait till the doctor turns his back to go up through the ventilation. Venom's going to be like, oh, fuck, I'm getting out of here. You don't know what I am.
Yo, why
I know all
is
about
Eddie
you
Brock,
guys.
who's so damn broke, giving homeless people $20 and shit every month?
Yo, I was like, this dude's balling in San Francisco.
Like, money, bro.
He has no job. She needed $1. And he was like, talking about $5, and then he gave her $20. I was like, man, if you don't save your money...
You know how expensive rent is in San Francisco? Like $100,000 salary is low class. Like you don't like, oh damn, you're poor.
Like, was he making that good money as a reporter in 2018? Because bloggers are making good money. You know what I mean? Journalists aren't doing too good out here in these streets anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know about all that. That story, that was a mess. The whole story was a mess. It was good to see.
I didn't get scumbag, evil.
I didn't get scumbag at all.
I just got a loser. He was a loser.
The only scumbag part was when he was like on her laptop and he kept looking behind and he's trying to get the scoop. That was the only scumbag part of this whole thing.
And like I don't blame him, man. She hit him in the face with the pillow. Like she deserved that shit.
I would have dumped that bitch after that pillow hit. I'd be like, motherfucker, I'm trying to sleep.
But let's be real.
Or you hit me with a pillow.
You know this movie's about to get some Razzie awards.
It's getting something, man.
Michelle Williams is gonna get a Razzie. Like, I feel bad for Tom Hardy because it seemed like he was giving it his all. Like,
he gave it his all.
He came up with like a voice for the character. Like, that sweat was hard work. Okay, all that sweat on his collar. Every scene, this dude looking sweaty. How they wrap the movie up is really dumb too. Like the
beginning, middle, and end is dumb.
Yeah, they just so happen to have like speakers on the outside of the ship that Riot's trying to go on, so you can bring other symbiotes to Earth, and she like his girlfriend or friend just let me raise this to the highest frequency possible.
No, it wasn't speakers on the ship. It was speakers like when they count down to before
the countdown speakers. Yeah,
that's what they were using. No, it's all good, but still, it was. You know what was dumb? It was dumb the way that Venom was saying, like, oh, noise hurts me, and fire. Like, it's like, why are you telling them your weakness? Like, he was telling Tom Hardy and the girl, remember? That's what they were foreshadowing for her to know what to do to hurt Riot.
He wanted the streets, so you wanted the audience who can't put stuff together.
I'm like, Venom, shut your damn mouth, man. When you talk, you're like Superman being like, oh, kryptonite hurts me, telling everybody, no, the kryptonite, though. You're like, someone drives into Superman with a car. No, that's not going to hurt me. But if you hit me with kryptonite, though, that'll get me. Kryptonite, It's like, Venom, shut up. What are you doing? And she's just taking it and like, oh, okay. Fire, all right. Sound, okay. I was like, this dumbass.
So the fire killed Riot, but you see Venom burn up. But, sequelitis. They need a sequel, so he just manages to survive.
The noise didn't hurt Venom, but the fire hurt Venom. I was like, this is so dumb. When that happened to the ship going up in the air, how come the noise affected Riot and the noise didn't affect Venom at that point? That was so dumb. I was like, what the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, just end. Let me go home.
Plot holes after plot hole after plot hole. Honestly, I left the theater and I went to Hooters, ate 20 wings, and drank a pitcher of Stella. It was a good night afterwards. Ate my wings, I drank, and I went home. It's a stupid movie.
And they had the audacity to play the goddamn Eminem song after.
Oh, man. I was knock, the devil in.
Motherfuckers make me wait for this trailer. This fucking the ending. They make me wait through the credits, listen to the shit-ass song after watching a trash movie to wait for their the freaking post-credit shit. I was so pissed. I was like, how dare you guys play this song now?
So the first post-credit scene is Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
With a shit wig. That wig was so trash.
And the wig. And his last words is like, there's going to be carnage.
I was like, what?
Corny ass shit.
I'm looking at my phone. It's like, oh, there's another post-credit scene. I was like, no, man, fuck that. I could see that. I'll wait for into the Spider-Verse or whatever.
Yeah, so the second one...
I am not watching anything about that.
Which is so dumb. They're just like, well, we know we fucked up with this one, so let's show you something that we have coming up that's actually good. So they show you a good, 3 to 4 minutes of Into the Spider-Verse, which is cool, but honestly, I don't need that. I already know I'm going to see that film.
Yeah, I don't need to see that. They should have just showed us that movie. They should have just been like, Venom. Sorry, we're not going to show this. It's trash. We'll let you see Into the Spider-Verse instead. I'd be like, oh, okay. Save me some money. Honestly, man, I should have got a refund. I should have got a fucking refund on this movie, man.
Yo, when I went to the theater, oh shit, I forgot. I had Bacchanal when I was coming into the theater, man.
What happened?
I bought a ticket for the 7:30 show. I go in, it's packed. There's a bunch of teenagers, and the only seats available are the ones that right up on the screen where you got tilt up your neck. And I said, look, I'm not about to hurt up my neck for Venom.
Yeah.
Not for this film. Yeah, so I go to the front and I was like, I bought 7:30 tickets, but there's no seats. There's only the seats up in the front. Can I switch them out to 8:30? And the guy's giving me an attitude talking about there are seats. They're just seats that you don't want. You can switch them out. Don't say there's no seats when there are seats. I said, look, the customer's always right. You're not losing any money. Just give me my tickets. Yeah. Don't say they're not seats. I said, just give me my goddamn tickets, man. Yeah. And he gave me my tickets. He gave me a look. And I was like, you jackass. And I walked off. I went and saw the movie. And then the funny thing is, the next day I went back to the theater because I took my son to see Smallfoot. Yeah. And that same asshole was in the front gate. And I was like, I'm back, baby.
Yeah, that seat was going to put you in the Khabib headlock that Connor got put in.
I'm not going to mess up my neck for Venom.
Yeah, no. And then why is he taking a person it's costing him anything to switch a ticket, to print out a damn ticket?
Yo, speaking of Smallfoot, that movie was dope. That was good. That was very whoa. That shit was good. I was like LeBron James doing his thing in this film, boy.
Man, I should have saw that.
Yeah, you should saw Smallfoot. Like I give that movie an 8. That shit was good.
Oh man,
It had character development. It had a plot. It was a kid film, but it had like deeper themes. It was talking about religion, like don't just follow everything in the book. It was talking about knowledge is power. Everything was the music in it was okay, but the comedy was great. The visuals were good, and the story was surprisingly deep for a child film. Smallfoot is an 8 out of 10. Venom is a 5 out of 10.
It's trash. Venom is trash. Don't even bother. Watch it on mute. Watch the cool scenes. Yeah, watch the trailer.
The trailer is the whole movie. You see him. It's beat by beat. It's him as a reporter. Then he gets the Venom.
They don't even explain why he's in the Venom suit like that. Why it looks the way it looks.
Nigga decided to get big.
And then Riot coincidentally looked very similar to him. Like, what? Like the symbiote planet is like a pool of black water. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's not a bunch of muscle men. Like that look like human bodies walking around. So it's clearly inspired by Spider-Man's suit. So they give no explanation whatsoever to why he looks the way he looks. He didn't even see a picture of a bodybuilder and be like, "Oh, that looks better." It would have been at least funny if he made it like the small, skinny Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man, and then he looks over at a poster and he sees some Arnold Schwarzenegger flexing. He's like, "All right, that looks better," and then he grows to the Venom we want to see. That would have been cool or funny at least. But they didn't even do that shit. They gave no explanation. He's just on the street, busts up from getting hit by a car, and then he just Venom puts him back together and makes him grow into the Venom we want to see. But it was like, why? And then the female Venom looks like the female Venom from the comics for no reason. She could have just been she could have just been her and go pass the power over. And why was Venom so nice to her? They just had him locked up. They wanted to kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Venom
they were
was like, I'll be cool with you. I like you. Eddie Brock, I guess he's he read his mind. He's like, Eddie Brock loves this girl. I don't know why he got a change of heart right there. But
he didn't read all of his mind because he was asking him, "Who's this?"
I know. The Venom should have slaughtered her and the damn dog for barking at him.
You know what I mean? Just so many plot holes, man. Lazy.
Yeah, that was dumb. The whole thing was dumb.
It's making money, man, because all these people are like, fuck the critics, which I agree. You need to see stuff for yourself and get your own opinion.
Yeah,
damn, man.
But if people are warning you, don't see this movie, it's trash, for respect to the comic book culture, that's a different thing. But this was just insultingly bad.
Yeah, shout out to my, I'm going to do a quick shout out. Shout out to my dude, Frank Yeager. We had him on the podcast earlier this year.
Shout out.
He gave this movie 8.7. I was like,
bro,
we saw 2 different movies, man.
He was like Peter Griffin in the in the car when he's sitting backwards looking at the back of the screen and everybody else is looking at the actual movie. What were you watching, bro?
He loved it, man. I'm not gonna go in on his opinion. Everybody has opinions, but damn, 8.7 though.
Honestly, just watch the Fox 1990s Spider-Man Venom cartoon version. That was so much better than this.
Oh man, he loved it. He said, "No, it's not. The best.
Nah.
Good time, plenty of fan service. Really captured the essence of the character. There's some plot devices I don't care for, but I wanted webs and the logo. It's not for everybody. However, I was very much entertained. 8.7. Holy shit."
The biggest scenes in this movie, they threw it out for trailers. Even the part that I was saying was cool in 3D, when he grabbed the smoke bomb and he was crushing it and it blew up, and it was like Venom in the smoke. The 3D looked great there, with all the people putting the lasers on him, on Eddie Brock. But you could see that on the internet for free right now. You don't need to pay to see that in the theater. They showed the whole fight scene on the trailer. All the best parts of it, at least.
People are like the excuse I keep saying, it's fun. It's a fun movie. Did you have fun?
Nah. I had fun some parts, but then some parts I was like, what? Like when he was on the top of the building and he was like, I like it here. It's kind of nice. And then the plane flies by and the vibrations of the plane fucks him up. I was like, yo, Venom's fucked in this country, on planet Earth. Because there's a lot of things that are as loud as an airplane that's going to fuck him up.
Shit, man. Don't go to a trap concert. He going to be like, oh, shit.
Venom's fucked, man.
Future's killing me.
Yeah.
Damn,
Because,
you
like,
trap
yo,
music.
The plane's pretty high up in the air, even if he's on top of the building. That plane should not have affected him. And you know when planes fly by every day? He's fucked.
You can't go to New York. All them damn vibrations and gunshots every minute. Ah!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
He's fucked. But yeah, this whole movie's just got to get done over.
I don't know. Like,
I think they just honestly threw this out there just to keep afloat, and then they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna take everything that people say and we're gonna put that towards the next movie and make it better. We'll restart it again because Tom Hardy's probably gonna be like, yo, fuck y'all, I ain't doing this shit. Y'all made me look stupid. I'm done. So they're gonna just recast, redo this again, and then we're like dummies are gonna go see it again and be like, this one was better. 5 to 8 years from now. You know what I mean?
This movie's like a car crash, man.
This was a car crash. We couldn't stop looking at it.
Now, if you're on a plane and you can watch it, would you watch it?
I watched Zoolander 2 on a plane, so yes, I will watch this on a plane.
Somebody
If I didn't see it already.
Somebody said this movie is the Catwoman of toxic masculinity. I didn't get that. I didn't think it was toxic masculinity in the film.
Nah, that's a reach.
That's a reach. You reaching for the stars with.
You Googled those big words for nothing.
Exactly. No, I didn't get anything like it was degrading or anything. I mean, he's just being super. He wasn't super macho or anything. He was an idiot.
No, he's just
now he's supposed to be super macho and the idiot.
He's just a crackhead.
Yeah, he's just really antsy and crackish.
He had like problems before. The dude from Paid in Full, like we could smell the money. That dude, I can't remember his name right now. That actor, but he was like, "Yo, I hired you. I gave you a chance. I know you messed up in New York. I brought you over here." And he looked like a crackhead, like he couldn't help himself, even in that scene. Like the Venom wasn't even in him yet.
You know like he acted crackheadish like throughout the film for no reason.
Yeah,
it was like,
didn't seem macho at all. What, he rides a motorcycle? That don't mean he's macho.
No, that's just like generic bad boy stereotype from the 80s. That
means
shows you how out of touch the writers are.
Yeah, he couldn't afford the car insurance in San Francisco, so he had to use a bike. I don't know. I don't know, man. He didn't look macho at all to me.
All right, let's drop this Venom talk. Some stupid shit just happened. Shaggy 2 from the Insane Clown Posse tried to like drop kick Fred Durst just now, and it's captured on tape.
You can play that live. Let me see it.
All right, I'm gonna show it to you. What the hell kind of? This is some 2003 shit right here.
Who's Fred
Durst?
From what?
From Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
I'll tell you, man, this is some 03.
From Interscope.
Yeah, man, this is some 03 shit right here, just like the movie. So this is a good transition.
Oh, Lord.
So on that note, watch Venom at your own risk.
Yeah, you've been warned by the reviewers and us too, so you know.
I told you from a fan. I told you from the outside looking in. Rent it. All right. He about to drop kick him. Woo!
Oh shit, it was on stage.
Yeah.
He thinks he's one of Khabib's boys.
Did he miss?
He's probably been wanting to do that for years.
That looked like a miss. All right, they got other angles. All right, let me watch this angle. Looked like he missed though. Fred Durst doing his thing, just yelling. He missed. No, somebody got him. They tackled him like mid drop kick. That's some good security.
Yeah, man.
Wow. So yeah, he missed. Security grabbed him midair, mid drop kick. Yo, salutes to that dude. That's a friend. That's family after that shit.
That security member.
Yeah, man. How you grab somebody midair?
What a bozo. You're a clown for real. This clown posse dude he's a mook for real, yo.
They had a wrestling game in the early 2000s.
I don't give a fuck. So he's a cornball. He's 45.
He's trying to react those wrestling moves on them.
Go for that shit. He's like 45, 50 years old. He's probably in his 50s, man. He probably broke his hip trying to do that shit.
Probably did. He's probably like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Hearing shit pop after he does that kick. Oh god.
Bozo clown posse. He's an idiot.
All right.
Cornball.
Well, on that note, I think that concludes this episode of the Bacchanal podcast.
Yeah, man. Thank you everybody for listening. We really appreciate all y'all, man. This means a lot that we get the listeners we're getting and we're growing the way we're growing, man. So if you want to reach us or let us know be a part of the podcast, I'll tell it again. We're at the Bacchanal@gmail.com. We're on Instagram and Twitter at _Bacchanal. Facebook, just search the Bacchanal podcast and you'll find us. On our beats, our introductions, our outros, the middle music that we got playing, those instrumentals you hear in the background is from Eastwood Productions. You could get beats from him or work songs and make music with him at eastwoodmp3s@gmail.com. So, yo, everybody, thank you for listening, man. We really appreciate y'all. We love seeing the chats and the Instagrams and all that stuff, and it's great. We're loving this. We love what we do, and we're doing it for you guys. All right? Akil, you want to add anything?
Yep, thank you for the guests that we had on the show. Shout outs to Zairah.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I'm going to put links for you guys to listen
for her
to
music.
her. Yep, she got a new EP coming out called Nectar, so I'll drop some links and stuff for you guys on their page, on their Instagram, and then on our actually on the description.
Yeah,
of the podcast,
yeah.
So keep y'all updated.
Sexy cigarettes.
Sound like you said sexy cigarettes.
There's some sexy cigarettes out there. Those old school ones that girls used to rock in the 60s with the.
Oh, you trying to put some shit in your mouth, Casey, son?
Oh, why you so
toxic masculinity in this bitch?
Yeah, exactly.
No, bro, toxic masculinity, baby.
But yeah, man. Yeah, those cigarettes were sexy as hell. Those old.
Okay. Putting foreign objects in your mouth, son.
Pick up the tracks from this girl, man. She's talented, man. She's a talented woman.
All right, so that concludes episode 57 of the Bacchanal podcast. Again, email us, message us, fuck with us on Instagram, Facebook.
We out here.
Peace.
Peace.